Welcome back to the Dark Orb and to the second episode of the Cypher System Starter Set's floppy cardboard box of glory, the fantasy adventure, the Creeping Ooze. So grab your drinks, your dice, and your hats. Welcome back. And hit like, comment, subscribe, and all that sort of stuff. Join our Discord down below. But until then... Welcome back. How are you doing?
Not bad.
Sick, yeah. I mean, feeling quite left out of your intro because I don't have a hat and I'm the GM, so I don't get to roll the dice. So what do I get?
You have many hats. You wear many hats. You could have fashioned a hat out of the discarded cardboard box for your copy of the starter set.
Yeah, I could have done. Yeah.
We'll do a review of the starter set like after we've done both adventures, I think. But my overwhelming criticism is this. It is perhaps the most ineffective starter set container I've ever known. I'm sure the Numenera one's the same, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's got that 90s PC game vibe.
I expected the top of that to come off like the Dragonbane one. It doesn't seem to.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a floppy cardboard box. I mean, it makes the cardboard boxes that you get for Uncle Ben's like Mexican food kits look premium. But it doesn't have that kind of rippy open top.
They need some crunchy taco boxes. That's what they need.
I'd love some crunchy tacos right now. Right, let's dig into it. So I'm going to grab the show by the corners, pull it all into a ball, screw it up, and throw it over to Jason.
Thanks very much. If you tuned in yesterday, you'll see I actually caught it from the right side this time, which is...
yeah.
I learn.
Jason, I failed to introduce everyone, and you're the GM now, so you're going to have to do it.
Oh dear. I'm Jason. I'm the GM. Wait. This is Phil. He's not the GM. This is Stuart, also not the GM. And down here we've got Matt, who's also not the GM.
We are disempowered in the game's mastering ability at this point in time.
I feel rather weak and lowly.
I'm so sorry. I will hoard all the power, make the most of it, and just throw GM intrusions at you. Yes, let's kick off. Well, where do we start? Sailor Moon has been murdered. I know. Phil, can you give us a recap? Who is Sailor Moon and why do we care that they've been murdered?
No, my brain is terrible, but something along the lines of, he's someone we know, he may be a sailor, he might just have been lying, but he's now dead.
There you go. Because this is a short scenario, we went with a really simple shtick. Somebody you know and love is dead, and you are now attempting to hunt down their killer. But, Stu, what was the critical detail about their death that has motivated you to look even harder?
Sailor Moon, possible pirate, possible sailor, probable liar, was a holder of one of the seals. Let me look at my notes. Was holder of a seal fragment. The seal fragment for our community, which is kind of like part of the larger seals that we used hundreds of years ago during the Underground War to seal dark necromantic people underground.
Yes, to lock the bad people away.
And it's been stolen.
Matt, where has our journey thus far led us to?
We journeyed through a forest, met a terrible ooze creature that nearly killed us all, and then found our way to a seal with a very large crack in it. We ventured underground, killed some skeletons, nearly got killed by more skeletons, and found our way to a bit of an impasse.
We did, and so we find ourselves with Aranos, played by Matt, and Rallon, played by Phil, stood in a dimly lit stone corridor underground, having just heard the yelp/cry of Ethan from one of the crypts behind them, and as they turn, they see Ethan being walked out of this crypt, and I'll hand over to Ethan at this point.
So I'm kind of backing up. I still have an arrow in my back from being shot by a skeleton. But as I walk back, because I scurried back into this crypt to try and get the cipher, this scroll of fear. Unfortunately, when I went to get it, a large chain-mailed man with a sword basically bonked me on the head and is ushering me out with a sword at my throat. So I back out with my hands up, and I'm like, "Nah, mate, now, is there any need for this kind of incivility? I don't think so, is it? I mean, we are just humble adventurers. What are here to find treasure, innit? Now,
I think that's a lie," says the large man holding the broadsword pointed at Ethan's throat.
Broadsword.
I think you all need to just calm down because I'm in charge here.
yes, mate. Yeah. Look, mate, I absolutely agree. Me and my compatriots over there, we were attacked by the skeletons. I don't know if they're your skeletons. I don't know if they are someone else's skeletons. But
no, they are not my personal skeletons. But, guys, and he shouts out, "These are actually my guys." And he looks off to the corridor in front of you expectantly.
well, now,
happens.
well, we are just. I agree that we need to calm down, and I agree that we need to make sure that we are not in a position where people can get hurt more than they already have.
Please, just 10 seconds. Sorry. And he once again, he shouts out to the crowd, "Guys, please, guys, now's your cue. You can come out now. You can come out." And at that moment, two more mercenaries that you did see earlier step out from round the corner and stumble into the corridor into the view of Rallan and Aranos.
Oh, these are these all within a 10-foot cube? Within 3 meters of each other?
No. So the two mercenaries that just stepped into the kind of corridor that led, from the brightly lit room, those guys probably are, right? That corridor's, not big enough, so they're probably within 10 foot of each other. But the gentleman that's got his broadsword held up against Ethan, he is stood effectively the other side of you, a bit further down the corridor, just outside the second entrance to that crypt. Yeah.
Okay.
I am sorry for interrupting you, Ethan. Please continue.
Right. Well, that is very kind of you. So let me just, and I'm kind of as the other two mercenaries come out that we saw scurry across in the darkness earlier, I'm just going to be now. Let's make this a little bit more civil, shall we? And I'm going to
stop for a second. Please stop. You did not highlight the fact that we have been listening to you and I know your name. You should, that's a clever thing. You should say, "How do you know my name?" And then I would say, "We have been listening to you."
Oh, right. I see. Of course. My apologies, sir. How did you know my name?
We have been listening to you for a while. You three are very noisy.
And also, might add, one of my compatriots is also on fire. He is aflame. May I ask your name? I can see that you are one of the silver serpents.
Wait. How do you know?
I
have not. We have been you have been noisy and we have been very quiet.
Well,
so, how do you know?
Well, the Silver Serpents are renowned. They are famous across the land as a mercenary band. I can see this.
No. Stop talking. And he turns to Rallan and Aranos and he said, "How does he know this? He is just a gnome. We were very quiet. How does he know who we are?"
Well, he's almost as smart as you, and whilst he hasn't been listening, you notice how tall he is, and your belt buckle's got serpents on it, embellished in silver. And I think he's put 2 and 2 together because he's seen how clever you are, and he wanted to go.
Yeah, the belt buckle. That has happened before. I should really change my belt buckle, but yes.
Your trousers will fall down.
Oh, that did happen before as well. Yes, that is why I kept a belt buckle. I do not know which one you are. You are maybe Aranos, but you are very clever too.
Not as clever as you, though.
No, of course not, because we are very quiet and you are very noisy. Now, Ethan, please continue.
Well, maybe we could make this a little less pointy, and I put my finger on the sword and just try and push it down away from my throat. And I'm also going to try and use.
No.
Okay. Well, the point can stay there, but as is.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to use Demeanor of Command again. Which is my one of my special abilities, where I spend 2 intellect points and I project confidence, knowledge, and charisma. For the next hour, those who see you understand that you are someone important, accomplished, and with authority.
Okay. I am going to say, if you want to do that, that's going to be a level 4.
Okay.
Can I raise a point of order just beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
I realised in between sessions, and this is something I've totally forgotten, even though our glorious Matt alluded to it yesterday, is that if we have an edge, then it reduces the point cost of abilities. So I have actually not spent any points so far, and I suspect, Stu, you may be in a similar situation.
Oh, I have spent several.
Yes.
But
the
not
edge
as many.
Cost is 1.
Okay.
So your edge is 1. It reduces your point spend on abilities by
Excellent.
1 point.
That is quite handy.
Yeah.
So bear in mind that is this one of those things where the sheet has already taken that into account? Because some parts of the sheet do that, right? Like some parts of the pre-gen.
It doesn't. I went through some of the abilities and the point costs are the same. And the reason for that is because if you spend effort on the ability as well, the edge does not take off the effort like it normally does for a skill use, because they're all added together as one cost, and then the edge is taken off that cost. So they include it just so you can tally it all up at the end.
Decent. The more you know.
But it's not made overly clear. It's a little like that onslaught ability of mine. I had no idea that should have had a point cost, but that was mitigated by the edge, because it just doesn't tell you. So unless you've committed the book to memory, and this is a starter set criticism, I think, then you're just not going to necessarily remember that. Anyway, I'll shut up again. Sorry, Stu.
Okay, cool. So I'm basically going to try and persuade this big burly chap with a sword, essentially to put his sword away. But the aim is also just to put his sword away and also kind of get us in a more favourable and advantageous position to those 3 people. Maybe get us into the big room where they're grouped together and we are maybe a little bit more spread out. I don't know, but yeah, that's my plan. So do you want me to do the talky bit and then roll, or roll and then do the talky bit?
Give me the roll, and based on the roll, we can decide how well the talky bit's about to go.
Okay, so you said that was a level 4. I get a free level of effort that can be applied to one persuasion task that I attempt for the next hour.
Level 3 and a 9 to roll.
9. That is that's a 6. So that does not work.
Oh dear.
Okay, right.
Trained in persuading as well. Would that affect it?
I am trained in persuading and public speaking.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can definitely, and in that case, that'll take it down to a 6.
Thank you, Matt. You are a man of knowledge and great style and beauty. Excellent.
Matt has been paying attention to people's character sheets, and everybody else hasn't.
Excellent. So in which case, then that takes it down to a 6, which I got. Okay. So it's like, well, I mean, for start, obviously, you know who we are. We don't know who you are, and I try and move the sword away. But why don't you put the sword away? We are clearly people of influence. We are people who know what we're doing. This could be maybe the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Are
you suggesting that we do not know what we are doing?
No, I am suggesting that you know exactly what you're doing, but this, my friend, is an opportunity for networking. We are potential clients, or we are potential employers. We could be allies in the future. This is an opportunity.
Wait, I currently have an employer.
Oh, well, we are future employers. What I would love to do is maybe meet your employer. Maybe we could be taken somewhere, and I could talk
be
to
honest. I do not think you would like to meet my employer. I mean,
No?
I will say it. I don't really like to meet my employer, but they do pay gold coins, and I do like gold coins. So you see my conundrum.
I can. Maybe the five of us could maybe go somewhere a little more comfortable, maybe into that nice big brightly lit room over there. Maybe we could sit and talk. I would love to hear more about your employer, because if we are in the lookout in the future for a reliable mercenary band such as yourselves, what I want to do is know that I'm not going to make the same mistakes that your current employer is making. I want to be a good employer.
I would like that. That would be excellent. But I do fear that maybe you will not have the opportunity to be a future employer, because we will have to kill you.
Oh, well, that does put a bit of a dampener on things. Well, maybe.
But maybe we could discuss a down payment that you could give us for your future employment, and then you could give it to us, and then we could kill you, but we would keep the down payment, because that is how down payments work. Yes.
That is a down payment. Well,
yes, I think that's excellent.
Well, I have a counter offer, and maybe you would like to discuss this with obviously, as the boss, you may have all the final decisions, but a good boss, boss discusses things with their employees, with their underlings. So maybe maybe you go and suggest. Why don't you go and talk to your boys over there, and maybe talk to them about this down payment idea. I will talk to my compatriots about this idea, and then we'll come to an agreement. So you talk to your people, I'll talk to my people. And then we can meet back together, and we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
But wait, you have killed the skeletons. You aren't gonna leave, are you?
No. We will stay here. We got to talk to our people. You go into the big room over there. We'll go into the. We'll just be over here, and we'll talk to our compatriots.
Okay. And he turns to Rallon and Aranos, and he holds the sword up, and he's your boss. You have to do what he says, right?
No, he's our union leader. You do have a union, don't you?
Wait. What is a union?
I'll turn to Rallon. They don't know what a union is. They don't have a union.
That must be really disenfranchised. Can you imagine working for an employer who doesn't look after his staff?
Oh, wait. No. This is terrible.
I should have a union.
Oh, yeah.
What? Is it better than a down payment?
Much better than a down payment.
Imagine working for a company or an employer who kind of likes you and treats you well, but also having the ability to say, I'm not very happy, if they're not, without dying.
You hear a gasp and some muttering from behind you, and the two mercenaries stood in the corridor are like, basically shaking their heads. They've never heard of something so ridiculous. This is not a possibility. Please, continue. What is a union?
Imagine Ethan is my boss.
Ethan is your boss, yes.
Exactly, right. And imagine I am very happy. Imagine I wasn't happy. What do you think would happen to me if I turned around to Ethan and said, Ethan, I'm not very happy. I don't quite have enough food. You're not giving me enough food. You're not giving me quite enough money to pay the costs of my living expenses.
Ethan,
What do you imagine
Ethan
would
is
happen?
a very clever man, like I am a very clever man. So he would hit you with his sword.
You'd imagine that, wouldn't you?
Not to kill you. This is the clever thing. He would hit you with the flat bit of his sword, and then you would know.
And normally that would be the case. But because
Yes.
I'm in a union, that doesn't happen.
Wait.
Watch this.
Wait.
Ethan, I don't think I'm getting enough money to cover the cost of looking after my family.
Rallan, that is awful. That's awful. But as I established with Aranos earlier, where he had a similar problem, what I did was I gave him a little bit more money to allow him to care for his family. I shall do the same for you because that is fair and what a good employer does for their employees.
Wait. You can just ask for more money and he must give it to you because you are in a union.
Yes.
Right. Can I join the union?
Well, not if you're planning to kill us, because
there's only one problem.
There would be no union, you see. So.
Yeah. Also, it requires a down payment.
But I think, I have to pay you to join the union. But then, if I pay you to join your union, then I can go and ask for more money from my employer.
Yes. And if he doesn't pay you, then you can come and tell the union and we will support you in your endeavour for more financial recompense.
You will support me for more recompense.
Which means, if he won't pay you more money, we'll help you get him to pay you more money.
You will help me get more money?
Of course.
I like this, because I like money.
And all it will cost you is a down payment and a monthly fee.
How much is the down payment?
That's a good question, Ethan. I'm not sure what the current subs are.
Aranos, how much was your down payment when you joined the union?
Very low, just a single gold piece.
1 gold piece? I mean, that is not very low, but I could afford 1 gold piece. But we must be quiet. I do not think my compatriots, what are your fellow union members called?
Comrades.
I do not think my comrades can afford 1 gold piece at the moment because we have not yet been paid. We have only been given our down payment. So must be a little bit quiet.
We could take a deposit on the down payment.
A deposit on the down payment? I did not realise such a thing was possible. The down low payment.
You pay what you want.
Okay.
And our
I do not want to pay
represents,
anything.
Well, there needs to be at least a small amount for administration. But our union rep, Ethan, can draw up a contract for you.
Yes.
And if you all sign it and agree to pay the balance upon your payment, or when you come into some money, then you join our union. We have a good old chat. And then when you talk to your boss, if they won't agree to pay you more money, we'll hit them on the head with the signs of our swords.
Hit them on the head. Yes.
And we'll keep going until they pay you more.
Please wait for 10 seconds. I am thinking. And he stands there for a second, staring off into space, just going, union. Down, payment. More money. Okay. And I'll need you to all roll me a d20 at this point.
All right. 17.
16.
14.
I think we have come up with an excellent plan. And here is how it will work. I will give you your 1 copper and join your union. And he reaches down into a little pouch and pulls out a copper piece and just tosses it in your direction. Am I now a member of your union?
You are now a prospect.
No. And he lowers the sword again and points it at Ethan. You said if I pay you your down payment, then I will be a member of your union. So
you are a member of the union with the understanding that the rest of the fees will need to be paid upon receipt of your payment from your current employer.
Now we will all go and get the rest of the money that we are owed, and we will go and get it from my employer together. And you, as the union, you will go and get the money for it. So, please. And he motions off to the left down the corridor. Let us go find my employer.
Absolutely, yes. Let's go find him.
Okay. Lads, get the rest of the lads to come too. And these two mercenaries behind shout off into the room. Lads, we are joining a union. Comrades, we are joining a union. And immediately, two more mercenaries appear. So there are now 4 mercenaries in the corridor behind you, and the leader.
Ethan, you're going to have to get their dues. It's a copper piece.
A copper piece down payment, please, lads, to be part of the union. Copper piece, please.
They kind of all look towards the guy holding the broadsword, and he's like, yes, pay the copper piece. It will be worth our while. And they're like, okay. And they all take a copper piece out and they throw it towards Rallan. They're like, right, now we go and get the money. Let's go. And he motions again for you, 3 of you, to all start walking down the corridor ahead of him.
All right. Head off in the direction he indicates.
Okay.
Whilst walking, because I've just looked at my might points, can I spend, whilst walking, my single action healing, as we're walking along? Can I try and spend what's it called again? My recovery roll of 1 action to get my might points up to somewhere that I'm not going to be killed by 1 hit.
You would like to use your single action recovery roll?
I would.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a what are you? D6 plus.
D6 plus 1.
Okay. Roll me a D6 plus 1.
That's a 4 plus 1. So
5.
that's 5.
Ethan. Wait.
Right.
Did you know you have an arrow in your back? And he reaches out and yanks the arrow out of your back. There you go. You do not have an arrow in your back anymore. That must have been quite uncomfortable.
It was quite sore, thank you, comrade.
Oh, yes, comrade.
Yes, comrade.
Yes.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Yeah,
good.
That's what we say. You scratch my back, I severely injure you. Something like that.
Yes. I will scratch. And he holds up the arrow. I will scratch my comrade back. He just tosses it to the side. Now, let us go get the gold.
Do you want me to cauterize it for you?
Yes, please.
It's a painful recovery roll.
Oh my god! This jacket is ruined! And I'm in less pain, but I'm no longer bleeding. That is good.
This designer now.
Shabby chic.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so you begin walking down this stone corridor. And as we've established, the end of the stone corridor kind of turns off to the right. So Aranos and Rallan have already seen down this. And it's a long corridor with 3 entrances on the left and 3 entrances on the right. And as you begin to walk down, you see that in each of these rooms is a sarcophagus. And they're almost identical as you pass each one of them, aside from the fact that the second room you pass on your left has a small bronze treasure chest in it. And you continue walking ahead of the band of 4 mercenaries and their leader. Yes, Yes, we are all, comrades, we are all going to be very rich at the end of this, I do believe, because my employer did already offer a lot of money. So if we can get a lot more money, well, that's a lot of money, which is, well, you are a smart man, you know.
Speaking of money, did you know that as a member of the union, the head of the union maintains an account which is made up of the funds that are accrued during an adventure such as this, and we can make deposits into that account, which are then shared among the members of the union simply by opening chests as we pass them.
Wait, what chests?
Oh, back here. Did you not see?
Wait, no, we were told do not go in those rooms.
That's okay. You're a member of the union now.
Wait, union members can go in the rooms?
It's mandated. We have to.
We have to go in the rooms.
We have to open the chests.
Quick, let us go and open the chest. I do not wish to get kicked out of the union now I have paid my dues.
And then the head of the union is also the treasurer, you see.
The treasurer?
Mm.
What does that mean?
Looks after the money, and then at the end of the expedition, ensures that all union members are paid appropriately for the amount of work that they put in.
Appropriate payment, yes. I like the sound of that.
So if you're in a fight and you fought more and you stood up for the values of the union, you get paid more money than if you just stood at the back and did nothing. But you get paid.
I do not know what the values of the union are, but I do like fighting.
And money.
So, well, yes, obviously. So, we must now go open this chest you speak of. Please, take us to the chest.
Yeah, and head back to the room that had the chest in it.
Okay. And he stands at the edge of the room, kind of a little bit unsure as to whether or not he's meant to go in or not. And
would you like to?
Are you definitely sure that the union members should go into the room? Because the employer said, do not go in the room. I will kill you if you go in the room and touch anything. And I have seen the employer kill other people, and they are a very scary person. I do not like that.
Well, I put it to my other fellow senior members of the union. What do you think, my friends, my compatriots, my comrades? Am I correct in my revision of the union rules as so pertains to the commandeering of treasured artifacts under Article 176.4?
Sounds right to me.
Absolutely. I believe you, Aranos, you applied that article only last month when we were dividing up the treasure from beneath that ziggurat that we discovered.
Yep, the ziggurat. I remember it well.
The ziggurat of fortune and fairness. I remember it as well.
That's the one.
Fortune and fairness, yes. And he leans over towards Aranos at this point and he goes, we do not have to remember all of these rules, do we?
No, there's a book.
Oh, okay.
It's got pictures.
A picture book. I like picture books. Now, please, I think you are union members. We are all comrades. You can open the chest. Because as much as he believes you, he is obviously still very unsure about stepping into this room because he clearly has been told, don't go in the room or I'll kill you.
Can I do a quick scan of the room? Spend an intellect point to scan an area within short range, equal in size to a 3-meter cube, including all objects or creatures within the area. Intellect roll. If you succeed, you learn the level of any targets. Could be a box with a device of metal, plastic, or blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Yes. Give me a level 3 difficulty.
Okay. I am trained in... that class is magical law? I'm trying to work it out. No, but nonetheless, let's have a roll. Oh, okay. I rolled 15.
Ooh, okay. You, there's nothing in the room apart from this bronze chest, but this bronze chest it's untouched, but it's obviously valuable, and it's been here for a long time.
And it doesn't seem particularly magical or anything like that.
No, it doesn't seem magical in the slightest.
Okay.
It is a bronze treasure chest. It is not magical.
Okay.
So
I turn over to our friend and I say, now, would you like to come into the room as I open this, or shall I bring the rest of the union members to protect you from anything that might happen?
Well, I think maybe you can open the chest, and then if there's anything in it, you can bring it outside the room, and then I will not have gone in the room.
Okay.
So I will be okay. And I know union rules. I'm allowed to go in. But
you are.
You know how some people can be.
I do need to remind you, though, that Ethan is the treasurer, so I will need his help as well to remove the items and audit them.
That makes sense. Ethan, please help the man.
And of course I will help.
And also I'm on fire, and I don't want to obliterate the chest.
I would also, well, as we know, Rallan, I am not necessarily the most dexterous of people, so I do not know if Aranos is maybe better suited to opening a locked chest than I. But we do tend to, as I look at the big guy and say, we do generally tend to work as comrades, as a union together to make this work most effectively.
Yes. Comrade.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go in and have a look at this chest. I don't know if I've given Aranos an opening. If he wants to come as well, then he can.
I'll follow along and see what I can spot.
I'll stand in the room providing a light source. I could just drop this thing. But...
The human relantern is doing an excellent job. Please. We cannot delay. We are due more money from the leader because of our union membership now. Open the chest. Let us get going.
Is it a locked chest? Do we know?
Yeah. I'll see if I can open it.
From looking at it, how would you know?
Might have a lock on it.
It is not a locked chest. No, it does just appear to be a small hinged chest. It's not particularly large. It looks like it's made of bronze. You would assume just from the way it's kind of weathered, and the way the light shines off it. But yeah, it's just a small chest on the ground.
Great. I'll flip the lid on it then.
Okay. It opens up, and inside there is a small pouch and a stone about the size of a pebble.
Okay.
What is in that chest?
I'll search through the pouch first. Does it contain?
I cannot see. What is in the chest? And as you open the pouch, you see it's full of gold coins. You would have to count them out, but there are tens of gold coins in there, so it's a reasonable haul.
Nice. I will pass that over to our treasurer, Ethan.
Oh, Ethan.
Yes.
What is in there?
Well, comrade, I believe I do not yet know your name. Could you tell me what your name is?
Oh, no. I'm so rude. My name is Govis.
Okay, Govis. Well, Govis.
Hello, Ethan.
Hello. Well, what we have here is we have a pouch of gold coins, which is, as always, a delight.
That is why they told us not to go in there, because
Indeed.
They knew if you gave us a pouch of gold coins, we would have taken it.
Indeed. So, I will count out how many gold coins are in this pouch in front of everyone, so we can all see how many gold coins there are.
Wait. That other thing that's in there. That other thing.
I'll drop my Shroud of Flame.
Pebble.
So I drop my Shroud of Flame to have a look at it. And
you must hand it to me now. Give me the pebble. Quick.
Hold on.
Give it.
Might be dangerous. Let's just make sure.
Give me the pebble. And he holds out his hand, and he seems quite insistent that you have to give him the pebble. And give me the Union member comrade. Give me the pebble, please. And he's getting a bit agitated, and he definitely wants you to give him this pebble.
Can I reach down to pick it up so that I can try and have a look and see what it is?
You
with my
can do.
Training.
Please do not delay. Give me the pebble now. I do not, comrade. Give me the pebble. I will not hurt you. You must give me the pebble, though. This will be good for all of us, comrade. Please trust me. And he's obviously quite anxious. Quick, give it to me, and I will show you. Give it to me.
Okay, and I will give it to him, but I'm going to kind of move quite slowly so that I can, whilst I'm doing it, look and analyze it.
Okay.
And I rolled an 11 to do that.
Okay.
I am magically trained, so that drops the difficulty.
So you rolled an 11. So that is not enough for you to tell what it is.
Can I retroactively use encouragement? I think rules as written, no. Reading it, I can't. So I'm going to say no to that. So as I was asking as I was reading it, and no, I can't. It's what comes next. So, yep. All right.
Okay. I will say that the one thing you can tell as you pick this up and hand it across is it is obviously magical.
Yep.
And he takes the stone
to him,
from
but I
you
will
quickly.
say, don't forget that as a member of the Union, these items should be held by the treasurer.
Gentlemen, this is going to be excellent. And he immediately puts the stone into his mouth and then proceeds to go, Riga, I know you can hear me. I am using the stone. We are union members now. We have joined a union. And you now owe us more money. So you must come to the ritual chamber immediately and pay the union members the money. Yes, thank you very much.
Say please.
Please, thank you. Good boy. Oh, it's me, Goldfish. Bye. And he takes the stone out of his mouth.
Excellent.
And just tosses it to the side.
Mm.
Oh, that is excellent. That we use these stones. We are given them when we go on missions to be able to report back. And you can use them to talk to somebody. And so I made the stone talk to our employer.
Excellent.
And so they will now know that we are union members. And hopefully they will meet us in the ritual chamber. Quick, please. Let's go. Let's go meet them.
There's one thing we need to do first. Our treasurer needs to count the gold coins because as members of the union, we get equal pay. And with that, you'll be able to pay to your dues for becoming full members immediately of the union.
Okay, yes. That's excellent.
So yeah, I will very quickly tip out the gold coins and count out how many gold coins there are.
33.
33.
How many of us are there?
5.
Ooh. There are 1 Govis, 4 mercenaries, and 3 of you.
Oh, sorry, 4. Sorry, I was thinking there is 2 mercenaries. Yes, so there are more than 5. What did you say? I was talking as you were counting.
There are 8 people in total.
8 people. Okay.
How many gold coins do we get?
So it's 3 each and then 1 to support the funds of the union, right?
Yes. That makes a lot of sense. I must give some of the money that I earn to the Silver Serpents in the same way.
And then you just need to pay your I've forgotten what it was though, your enrollment fee.
My enrollment fee, yes, of course.
Which is 1 gold piece per person.
Oh,
and then you're fully fledged members.
Perfect. That is excellent. We will be fully fledged members when we have the discussion with our employer. Now, please give me my 2 gold pieces, and also my team, and they all hold out their hands.
Mm-hmm. So I dish out 2 gold coins to the 5 of them.
Okay. It is, aside from the fact they are all armed mercenaries, this is a dank crypt that smells musty and is dark. It would almost be a cute scenario of a small gnome going along with a pouch and going, 1, 2, and then we're going, thank you.
If only I had a sheet of red cloth, I would make them all red armbands. But I don't.
Comrades.
Is there a bandage in the crypt?
I'm sure I've bled on something that we can use. So I hand out each of the two coins to each of the to everybody, leaving us with 23 coins to be divvied up amongst ourselves.
Now, we must go to the ritual chamber. That is where I said, you heard me talking. That is where I said we must meet.
There's one thing I've just remembered. Ethan, in terms of union business, were you able to add the item that you returned to that room?
I was not, I'm afraid. I was not, I'm afraid, Rallan. I was not able to acquire that as Govis, thank you.
My name is Govis.
Govis made my acquaintance at that time.
Oh dear! So you were blocked from carrying out union business by a further union member.
Wait, no, Rallan, no. I was not a union. I was not a union member at the time.
Absolutely. So
Aranos will back me up, won't you, Aranos?
Yes, distinctly remember that.
So, but that means that retrospectively, obviously, we do need to complete after the fact. We need to complete our obligations. So, if you wouldn't mind, on our way back, Ethan can just nip in.
We will go to the ritual chamber now, and then after we have got the extra gold, then you can go and do whatever you want to do.
It might be beneficial for us to get to the ritual chamber before the employer, and we can establish ourselves in a position of comradely authority and to our advantage.
Yes,
absolutely.
I would. Yes, I would do that. And Govis suddenly looks slightly concerned. But yes, let us go to the ritual chamber. Let us go to the ritual chamber. And he motions for you to go ahead.
As we're moving, can I drink one of my potions? It gives me 4 more points to my speed pool because I'm quite low.
You absolutely can, yes. Yeah. I mean, he's motioning with his sword and stuff, but he doesn't seem particularly threatening at this point. Especially once you handed him those 2 gold pieces, he softened up significantly and, is now, as far as he's concerned, comrades. Now, comrades, this is the ritual chamber. We must go wait in here. That's what I said. We will meet my employer in the ritual chamber. Yes.
All right.
Please.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. So heads towards the ritual chamber.
Okay. So as you enter the ritual chamber, it is quite an ornate room by other standards. It's fairly clean. There's a large cauldron in the center, and flanked on the 4 corners are 4 more cauldrons, slightly smaller, each one of these, that seem to hold some kind of liquid. It's well lit, and it's, like I say, it's clean. It actually doesn't smell particularly bad in here. It doesn't smell dank. It doesn't smell musty. It does seem like a used space.
Out of interest, is it lit by torches or more glowing skulls?
It is lit by more glowing skulls. You do realise, yes.
Love what he's done with the place. Great.
So, Rallen, what would you like to do in this room? It's clear that Govis and the other 4 mercenaries are now just kind of milling around and waiting. As far as they're concerned, they've got in touch with their employer, and now they're just waiting for their employer to turn up.
Is there anything like that really stands out as either of interest or out of character? I was a little sidetracked with the technical thing on this side.
No worries. Yeah, so I mean the cauldron in the middle, I guess probably looks like the kind of most interesting thing. It's obviously it's up on a pedestal, and it's clearly there's some importance to it. And then the 4 cauldrons around the outside almost seem like just little storage cauldrons.
You're a storage cauldron. I will scan the larger cauldron, please. And no, I won't, because I rolled a 4. I scan the larger cauldron with a failed roll. What do
Even a 4 is enough to tell you, as you peer at the cauldron, that there is a small amount of the same ooze that attacked you in the forest that sits in the bottom of this cauldron.
Interesting. So I say to the rest of my compatriots, well, we of course all remember that lovely creature that we encountered on the way here. More of that in there.
Oh, that was. Is it moving? Is it going to do anything?
No idea.
Doesn't seem to be moving. It seems inanimate. It seems like just a puddle of ooze at the bottom of a cauldron for the moment. Would you like to have a bit more of a search around the room? Would you like to...
I think that's a good idea, yes. So, perimeter check.
Okay. So, as you wander around the room, Aranos, give me a level 3 intellect roll to see whether or not you notice something.
Okay. A 7. No, I don't.
Ooh, okay, no worries. So you wander around the room, and suddenly Govis pipes up. Oh, yes. Wait, this is the ritual chamber. You may you may be used here later. Yes, all of you may be used here later.
I mean, that does pose a challenge for us supporting you with union activities.
Well, don't worry, because we will talk to our leader first, and we will negotiate the payment, and then that will be a you problem.
Well, under union rules.
Wait, what?
Yeah, absolutely. Under union rules, if one member of the union is under threat or peril, then it is responsibility of other union members within the local area to protect them. It's under that thing called equality that we discussed earlier.
I do not have a copy of the rules. Are there any other rules I should be aware of?
Feels like a you problem.
That is an excellent point. That is a me problem. I do not have a copy of the rules.
We can arrange for you to receive a copy of the rules.
Yeah, I mean, unions have their power through collective action, you see. We all work together. We support ourselves against oppressive managers, employers who maybe take advantage of us, the common working person. Human, gnome, elf, minotaur, lizard folk, all of us are at one time or another are oppressed by the man. It is our job.
Yes.
It's
Wait,
our job
wait.
to work together to overturn that.
Wait, Ethan. What if our employer is a woman?
Well, the man, that's a very good point.
Yes.
That's a very good point.
That's a very clever talking point.
It is a very clever talking point. The man
Thank
is
you.
therefore maybe not an accurate description of those in power, because if your employer is a woman, then they are not
Yes.
the man. They're a woman. They're,
No.
So then we will talk about the
Do the rules
oppressive.
cover this situation?
Well, the rules have traditionally been written by men in the past, and therefore assume man to encompass all, both men and women, which we know today to be a travesty of inequality. So it needs to be
problem.
addressed. It is a
Yes.
problem. It needs to be addressed, and we shall raise it at our next union meeting to ensure that that
Okay.
is changed within the rules.
It's also not inclusive of other races, because it was originally human, of course. And Ethan is not a human.
No.
But wait, our employer is a woman. Do the rules still apply?
Yes, they do. They still apply to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Equality.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. The man is a turn of phrase and not literal. Just like all of us coming together as one entity is not literal, and so being turned into ooze, bad idea. Just wanted to clarify that.
Wait, no. Being turned into ooze is literal. That is what you will be turned into.
No, as part of the union, we will all be turned into ooze unless we stand up against the woman.
No. My employer said that we, and he motions to the other mercenaries, we would not become ooze. But that she did not obviously say you, because she has not met, or do not. Have you met my employer previously?
We may well have done. I'm curious to know whether you have this agreement in writing, triple signed with a witness.
No. What? Why?
This is the problem.
Just whilst we're doing this, what is your employer? Who is your employer? Who has hired the Silver Serpent?
Oh, you do not know?
No.
Oh. But then what are you doing here?
Union rules.
Well, we were following the trail of the many-faced ooze that attacked us.
Right. Yeah. That does make sense, I guess. But why would you follow it? It was not very nice.
Well, we killed it, and then we didn't.
No. Oh, no. My employer is not going to be very happy.
That's okay. You're protected under the union.
Stop. You. Don't say that again.
What, me?
Yes.
Don't mention the fact that we killed the many-faced ooze.
Yes.
Okay, I will not mention it. My lips are sealed.
Okay, perfect. Because you will get worse than ooze if she finds out that you have killed the other ooze. That would be bad. So you should not mention that. Thank you. And as he says, shh, and there's a small moment of silence in the room, you hear the clattering of bone on stone coming from the corridor behind you, and you see these 4 mercenaries who were kind of milling about in the corridor as Govis stood in the door and watched you guys just moving around in the ritual chamber, kind of essentially just watching you and waiting, because you're all just comrades, right? And you're basically just waiting for his employer to turn up. You see these 4 mercenaries in the background just turn white as a sheet and start running. They are moving as fast as they possibly can down the corridor back towards the stone steel. And Govis turns and goes, oh dear, and backs into the room. Oh no.
Would you mind filling in your fellow union members on what we should be expecting here?
Oh dear. I think my employer is coming, and they might. Maybe she heard you talking about the ooze. It wasn't me. You must tell her that when she turns up. You must tell her it was not me. But you must get the money that we are owed from her. But she does not seem happy that you have killed the ooze. I bet that is what it is. And as he backs into the room, you see 2 skeletons appear at the door in front of him, and they are holding a bow like the other ones, but also a sword at their belts. And you, Rallan, can clearly tell that these guys are obviously a lot more powerful than the last skeletons you saw, where the last skeletons were your classic stop motion animation lumbering beast. These guys move quickly and fluidly, and they mean business.
Okay. Immediately I'll bring the Shroud of Flame back up.
Oh, no. We must not fight. No, do not set
Not
we
biting,
must
I'm
not
cold.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I had a shiver.
Yes. Gentlemen, Govis says to these skeletons. He is just cold. The skeletons are completely unwavering, and they move to step into the room at this point.
That's all right, because we're going to give them a warm welcome. Isn't that right, boss?
We only have power when we stand together. If you stand with us, my tall mercenary friend, we will be able to get you the extra money. And as your compatriots have fled, well, they will be given less of the money, and you will receive more. They are part of the union, therefore they will receive part of their dues. But if you stand with us, then we'll be able to get more money.
That, you hear screaming, blood-curdling screaming from the distance down the corridor. The sound of 4 people being, you daren't think, but ripped limb from limb.
Well,
and then there is silence.
Well, you can see that your previous assertion that you would not be turned into ooze or used as skeletons may not necessarily be accurate now. So I think that you may stand a better chance if you align yourselves with us, comrade, to gain what is rightfully yours from your oppressive, quite frankly, your employer is literally murdering her employees. She is literally murdering the working proletariat, and this is not good.
And Govis turns to you and just goes, "Yes, comrade.
Yes, comrade.
Yes, comrade. But I think we are all about to also be murdered.
Not if we murder them first."
Okay. And at that point, Govis turns and charges towards one of the skeletons as it steps into the room.
Nice.
Let's help him, or he's about to die.
We are now in combat, and I will need a quick initiative roll from the 3 of you.
That's speed, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a 6 from me.
Okay.
Which is, not great.
I'm going to spend some points to give myself an edge for my speed defense.
I can spend 1 speed point to make it 1 level easier as well, because I have danger sense. I saw this coming, surprisingly.
Okay, nice. So if you just give me that as a +3 on your initiative, just to make the math a bit easier for me.
Well, I've rolled a 19, so that would make it 22.
Okay, you've absolutely beast moded this initiative. You are Swifty McAranos.
I got 11.
11. Okay, perfect. So, unsurprisingly, with a roll of 19 that you also chose to spend a bit of effort on, you're going to go first. And in fact, we're going to say that you can go even before Govis starts. You get a sense that Govis is about to start charging these things as he, begins to turn back towards them. So
He was not being subtle, it's true.
No, yeah, you are free to do or say anything, ahead of his particular action.
Great. I will notch an arrow and fire it past him into the skeleton he is charging to give him some help there.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Give me a level 3 speed attack roll.
That's a natural 1. Might not have done so well there.
Can XP be used to re-roll attack rolls?
I do not believe you can
not if there are one.
An XP on a fumble, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And I do think all 4 of us clearly know where this is about to go. So you notch this arrow, and Govis begins charging towards this skeleton. And as you loose this arrow, Govis, at the last moment, decides to change direction slightly and head towards the other skeleton, because the first skeleton does look a little bit scarier. And you catch him square in the back. He stumbles forward and falls to the ground, kind of midway between you guys and the 2 skeletons that have entered the room so far. So, what damage does an attack usually do?
5 damage.
Oh, okay, nice. So we're gonna ramp that up and basically say that you've just done a pretty bad hit on Govis. It's not going to kill him by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to take him a second to recover from that. And he just has a chance to shout out, "No, comrade!" Bam! As he hits the floor.
Sorry, Ethan might need some healing there in just a second, but we'll work that out.
Ethan, you're up next. What are you going to do now? Aranos has just decked your new friend in the back.
I'm going to... I think this is still worth doing now, so I'm going to use encouragement, which, as I've now since discovered with my edge in intellect, requires no points. So I'm going to go, "We are the working..." No, let me start this again. I'm going to say, "We have the power of collective action behind us. We have the might of the working man, woman, monster, person, gender of choice, to work together to strike down oppressive ruling regimes, troublesome murderous employers. We have the power to strike for the common folk. We have the power to smite them in the balls. Hit them hard, hit them strong, with a song of revolution in your hearts." So everyone, for your next attack roll, the attack roll is eased by 1. And having given my stirring, encouraging speech, I'm going to move forward. So next turn, I can slap some healing on Govis.
Okay.
Can I spend my 1 XP on just something entirely frivolous, please? As a minor effect.
Can. Before you do that, I'm going to say, Stu, can you please give me a level 5 persuade roll? And you are free to use, whatever skills you have in the pursuit of this
persuasion, which I'm trained in, will drop that to a level 4.
Okay.
Can my minor XP spend be used as an assist then, please? What I was going to do is say that as he starts talking, the ground just rises up to bring him like he's on a platform.
Yeah, okay. I will let you
authority.
spend your XP. So we're now down to a level 3.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much. I won't tell you immediately what's happened, but yes, you hear Govis in front of you go, "Yeah, man, woman," and at this point, Phil, what did you roll again? Forgive me, I've forgotten what your...
For my initiative, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, a 6. Okay, so at this point, the 2 skeletons standing behind the door both step forward. They take their action to essentially move further into the room. And unfortunately, 2 more skeletons that were outside the room use the opportunity to step inside. So you now have 4 skeletons in front of you. They are a 2x2 rank, broadswords drawn, ready to fight, and they're essentially standing, the 2 of them are standing almost on top of Govis at this point.
The skeleton walked in 2x2, hurrah!
Yep. In almost comedy fashion, they have piled into the room. So, Rallan, what are you going to do?
I mean, they haven't actively attacked us yet, right?
They have essentially, the size of the room means they couldn't have attacked you on this particular turn because they've decided to draw broadswords rather than notching arrows on their little, short bows that they've got.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to try and roll the dice on them not being hostile, then I mean, feel free to try that. I'm not going to tell you how difficult it is, but it's going to be very fucking difficult.
Well, in that case, I'm going in for an attack, and I will tell you that I just rolled a natural 20.
Oh, sugar.
On onslaught. So whichever was the first one in.
Okay, nice. So a natty 20, you're going to get, what are we saying? Is it a +4? Yeah, so a +4
or
and a major effect.
Is it
okay.
Is it
nice. How much damage does your onslaught do?
It does 4 points of damage.
Okay. And you are targeting which skeleton?
Skeleton number 1, please.
Okay, so for your, I'll give you a choice for your major effect. You can either completely obliterate this skeleton, or you can choose to essentially 10-pin bowl all of these skeletons, do a little bit of damage to all of them, and scatter them through the room so that they're no longer in formation. And then they will need their next round to get back to their feet and move back into their attacking position.
I'm kind of torn. So will it take them more than 0 actions to get back up?
So their next action
They'll be like thrown,
will be to get back up again. If we were playing D&D or Pathfinder or something, they'd be prone and they need to take a
okay. But we're playing a much better system. So
yes, we are playing a system that does not need to concern itself about the minutiae of that kind of stuff.
Yes,
you can 10-pin bowl the crap out of them, or you can obliterate one of them entirely.
I think we will do the 10-pin bowling approach.
Okay.
And I will shout, strike! And then I'll say, join the union and you will be supported in getting up. Otherwise, stay down or else.
Your onslaught feels like it essentially smashes between these 2 skeletons stood in front, and it throws them off to the side of the room, and it smashes the 2 skeletons behind them into the archway. They each hit the stone surround and slump to the ground, obviously a little bit stunned. They don't look massively damaged at this point, but they do definitely look like they've been taken a little bit off guard. And it was a pretty damn impressive show.
Behold the power of collective bargaining.
So we're now on to Aranos. And what would you like to do, Aranos?
So if they're all currently prone, I will start trying to pick them off before they can get themselves back up.
Okay, nice.
A shot at them.
So you've got, we're going to say you're kind of all facing the door. So you've got one off on the left-hand wall, one off on the right-hand wall, one on the left-hand side of the doorway, one on the right-hand side of the doorway. I mean, it's literally just scattered them beautifully symmetrically.
Great. I will go for one of the ones by the door.
Okay. Hit me with a level 3, we're going to say, speed attack roll.
All right. That's a 3.
Okay.
I was going to say,
XP on that to re-roll it.
Encouragement has also lowered it by a level. You've eased my encouragement from earlier for your, because this is your next attack roll, Aranos. It will lower it by.
It'd still only make it a 6. I think that would fail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
unfortunately so, yes.
Spend an XP for this.
Okay.
And that's a 16.
Okay, perfect. So you go to notch a first arrow and aim at this left-hand skeleton, and just at the last minute you change and switch to the other skeleton, which is great because that skeleton, where he was trying to get up, kind of stumbles off to the right-hand side, and you'd clearly have missed if you'd have gone for that one. But as you re-aim to the other skeleton and you let loose this arrow, it flies through the air and does the now classic Aranos signature move of smashing through the ribcage of this thing, leaving it very heavily damaged. So yeah, great hit. Really great hit. That skeleton, clearly, much like the other two that you've downed that way previously, is not going to take a great deal more damage. Ethan, you are up.
I'm standing next to Govis, and I'm going to say, we stand together, we stand united against the undead minions of a ruthless employer. Collective action, be healing you! And I'm going to slap him on the back. And I'm going to use healing touch. I have to make a difficulty 2 intellect roll.
Okay.
Which is cool because I rolled an 11.
Nice.
And he heals 1d6. Oh, he got only 3 points of healing.
Okay. Gobis is looking almost pretty good as he rolls over, groaning, and goes, Comrade Eastman, we fight. Yes. And he goes to stand back up, and he's now back up on his feet, stood next to you, Ethan.
Don't forget to abruptly pull out the arrow from his back.
Oh, yes. I do. I have to jump up to get it because I'm imagining this guy's like 6'3". So as he's getting to his feet, I like put my foot. If he goes up on one knee, I put my foot on his knee and pick myself up, reach behind him and pluck the arrow out, and then land next to him.
And you hear this cry of, "Oh, scratch my back!"
Yes, comrade.
So we're going to say that getting back up to his feet was essentially Gobis's action. And these 4 skeletons have now recovered themselves. That was their action. So you now have skeleton on the left, skeleton on the right, skeleton to the left of the door. Those 3 of those are all standing, looking good, holding broadswords, looking ready to batter the ever-living crap out of whatever they can. Skeleton, your friend on the right-hand side, is not looking so good. He is back up to his feet, but goddamn, his ribcage does not look like it's in a good place, and it doesn't look like it's going to take much more to just finish that one off. So that was all their actions, and we are back round to Aranos.
Did Rallan take a turn?
Oh, geez. Sorry, Rallan. Oh, yeah, I forgot you go last. Thanks, Aranos. Fine, go on then, Phil. See what you can do. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, your initiative roll was so bad.
We, the comrade player characters, rebel and work together against the oppressive GM tyrant.
Very good, very good.
And I rolled a 12 on my attack.
Okay, nice. What are you choosing to do?
Finish off the disenfranchised.
Finish off the disenfranchised. So you're going onslaught against Matey Boy on the right-hand side of the door, are you?
Yeah, these guys don't feel like they want to join our union. So,
if you would like to make a very difficult persuade roll, you're more than welcome to try and see whether you can convince these poor skeletons to join your union.
If this was the Discworld RPG, I would absolutely be trying to get these undead minions into some kind of ghoulish undead union, probably run by Red Shoe, I think is the name of the zombie in the Discworld, who's he was a union rep and then dies and then just carries on being a union rep just as a zombie.
Well, thank you very much, Stu, for offering to run the Discworld RPG for us.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'll sort that. Yeah.
Nice. We do have a copy of that PDF, so I don't know if you've got that yet. We'll sort that out as a separate thing. My persuasion and charm are not particularly good, so I will opt for the voting with my flames.
Action and violence.
Yes. And 4 points of damage.
Nice. And is that directed at the slightly worse for wear looking skeleton?
Yes, the heavily weathered skeleton.
Okay. In a spooky repeat of our last skeleton encounter, this heavily damaged skeleton just suddenly goes up in flames in front of Aranos, Ethan, and Govis. Rallan barely seems to do anything, and this thing just goes.
I shout something like
to the ground.
Join the union and avoid. What's the word I'm looking for? Immolation.
Okay, nice. So we are back round to the top, actually correctly this point without me missing out a key character.
I didn't get go.
Aranos. Oh, damn. Okay, Aranos, it's your go. What would you like to do? Because we're just going to ignore Phil.
All right. So there's 3 skeletons left. Is there any cover in this room that I can take or move closer to and then take a shot at one of them?
Yeah, you could probably hide behind the cauldron. It's definitely large enough that a human could crouch behind that and clearly be defended against.
Yeah, cool. I'll back behind the cauldron then and take a shot at one of them.
Okay, nice. Which one are you going to aim for?
The other one on the other side of the door, just in case we need to leave that exit.
Okay, simple pimple. Give me another level 3 speed attack.
I've got a 10 this time.
Nice. Okay. And I mean, I hate to say that this is history repeating itself, but yeah, you dive behind this cauldron and peek out and let loose another arrow, and would you happen to know it, smash this thing in the chest. Except for a little bit of flavor, you've decided to go for the other side of the chest this time, rather than the usual side. Kind of almost symmetrical. You smashed this one on the one side and you smashed this one on the other side. And so now this guy is crumpling next to the door in the fashion of his friend. And it's Ethan's go.
As I kind of land There's like fire streaking past and arrows crunching into bone. I'm going to notice just how close these skeletons are, and just how big and pointy their swords are. And I'm going to use encouragement again, but this time I'm going to apply it to defensive tasks because they get to go next, I think. So I'm going to say, our strength is in. Our strength is in our. No, hang on.
Solidarity.
Yeah, thank you. Solidarity is the shield the working person wields against the oppressive lash of the master. We stand together stronger, better, more powerful as a collective whole than we do individually. And remember that, everyone. So for your next defensive task, it is eased by 1. And then I am going to take a step behind the burly Govis and hope that I get hit less than him by large skeletons.
And Govis turns to you and goes, "Yes, Eastman, yes. We, comrade, I will protect you." And strides towards this injured skeleton in front of him, raising his broadsword up to strike this thing. And now we must pause because I did not expect to be in a situation where I was doing NPC versus NPC fighting, and I'm not allowed to roll any dice. So
I can roll them for you if you like.
This gets a little bit interesting, but please let me just talk amongst yourselves. In fact, this is the perfect opportunity for us to take a 5-minute interlude as Govis strides confidently towards the injured skeleton in front of him, and you are flanked on the left and the right by 2 other skeletons. We will cut to commercials, as I'm definitely not going to skim through the rules, but very quickly just to find out what the hell I have to do.
Come to Oktoberfest. It's going to be brilliant. It's in Nottingham, and we're going to play role-playing games that are not Dungeons and Dragons. Information found at www.orbtoberfest.com. That's www.orbtoberfest.com.
Oktoberfest is brought to you by the Dark Orb.
Hey.
Easy. Right. We are back, and I am now fully briefed, which is great. So, as we left, Ethan had just slapped Govis on the back to bring him back to life in a classic no move, and he was now striding confidently towards this skeleton in front of him, raising his broadsword. And the last thing that Rallan and Ethan see is Govis striding forwards, and then suddenly every single one of the enchanted skulls that were previously lighting up this room go dark. The room is essentially plunged into almost darkness, lit only by Rallan's glowing form off in the back of the room, which is casting some light, but not oodles of light, especially given the shadow that various things like the cauldron are casting. But Aranos still has his dark side, and so can see Govis fumble as he strides towards this enchanted skeleton. Obviously now unable to see, he swings blindly in front of him and misses the skeleton, who steps to one side and then throws his broadsword forwards and catches Govis right in the shoulder, sending him down onto one knee. The 2 other skeletons at this point also step forward towards him, ganging up on him. and whilst he manages to raise his broadsword to the one on his right, the other one on the left catches him round the back. And Ethan, you just hear, "Comrade, help!" And then the crumpling of chainmail as Govis and Aranos sees Govis collapse to the floor, obviously not looking very good at all at this point. And it is now Rallan's turn.
He says, just as Rallan is taking a drink.
Hmm.
Okay. Can I make out any of the forms of any of the skeletons where I am?
We're going to say that I guess you can see a huddle of forms off where kind of Govis and these three skeletons are. I think if you any attack that you make is going to be quite heavily hindered, and there's definitely a risk that you're not going to be able to target the right thing when you throw your attacks towards it, unless you were to try and close the gap. In which case, if you close the gap, then your illumination is obviously going to help Ethan as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to make a mental guess as to which skeleton Govis was heading towards. And I'm going to attempt to close the gap between me and one of the other skeletons, focusing on what little reflection I might be able to see from their weapons.
Yeah,
as a mechanism of reducing the difficulty, I suppose. I want to close that gap, and then I'm going to do an onslaught of fire in that general direction.
Okay, nice. So yeah, do you know what? I'll give you the glint of their weapons. That's a pretty cool little thing because you'll be able to catch that reflection from your flames. So that would have been a hindered attack against one of the skeletons, which would have been level 4, but you're back down to level 3 at this point.
Okay, I'm going to spend some effort as well to reduce that. Is this an intellect or a speed task? I'm presuming it's intellect because it's onslaught.
I think we said it was intellect for your onslaught. Yeah.
Well, I mean, fuck that. That was a 3. So, mind you said it was a level 3, so I brought it down to a level 2.
Yes, you've
Wait,
still not done. Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, it's a 3 and not a 1. So we're going to say that you have closed the gap and you've gone to use your onslaught, but essentially you've just kind of throwing your mental energy towards a huddle, and rather than managing to hit one of the skeletons, you just see one of the stone pillar supports off to the right hand side of this door just suddenly go and scatter a load of stone fragments across this huddle of fighting skeletons. And Govis is now shrouded in a load of dust and stone, as well as moved by 3 skeletons.
But I've made it easier for everyone else, so I'll take that.
You've closed the gap a little bit and provided Ethan with a bit more illumination. So for the next turn, it is Aranos, and unlike the two of you, Aranos can see everything clear as day. So he sees Govis looking very injured on the floor, still clutching his broadsword. Still definitely got some fight with him if he can get back up again. There is the injured-looking skeleton behind him that looks like he's getting ready to try and finish Govis off. And the other 2 skeletons that both clobbered him now look like they're going to turn and start attacking the rest of the group, because they no longer see Govis as a huge threat now that they've successfully clobbered him to the ground.
All right. In that case, despite my past efforts not working so well in this, I'm going to attempt to shoot again to try and help Govis out. And shoot the one who's about to finish him off.
Okay. So there is a chance here that you finish Govis off and he dies knowing that the union was a lie.
Please don't kill one. It's a 20. Okay. I'll take that.
Okay. Nice. So that is +4 damage and a major effect. So you can, I mean, clearly, if you wanted to, that one skeleton that was about to attack Govis, you could obliterate it. I will say that for your major effect, you can, why don't we say, heavily damage one of the other skeletons and cause it to stumble backwards, knocking that skeleton, thus putting 2 prone skeletons next to Govis on the floor and leaving one skeleton alive. Or you can choose to finish that one skeleton that's about to try and kill Govis off.
I'll definitely finish off that skeleton that's about to finish him off.
Okay. The arrow sails through the air and just, as before, straight through the spine of this thing just below the skull, and Govis just sees this skull drop to the floor and roll sideways as he's struggling to get back up again, and the rest of the skeleton crumples beside him. He's like, "Yes, comrade, we fight the man and woman and white and skelly man." And Ethan, you are up.
I'm going to... So there's 2 skeletons left.
There are, yes. And I will say, Aranos, you didn't miss out on your major effect for that natty 20. You're just not yet aware of what it was. But yeah, you got your +4 and your major effect for that particular attack. So there are now 2 skeletons. Essentially, we're going to say that Govis is kind of crumpled next to the entrance to this room. There are 2 skeletons that have kind of turned to face you as the next closest opponent. And just behind you, off to the side, is Rallan. And then back further in the room, tactically crouched next to the cauldron, is Aranos.
So if the attention is off Govis, I'm going to... I'm going to not heal him, I don't think. I'm going to a bit of a in combat, a little bit of a one-trick pony, but I do like it. As I'm going to use encouragement again, but focus on attacks. So I'm going to call out to Rallan, but it applies to all my allies within short range. Rallan, let your righteous flames of fury smite the oppressor. Your anger at the injustice and wealth inequality is that such as has never been seen in the land before. Let it drive forth your inner fires of justice. And everyone gets an ease on their next attack roll. So I think it should be a level 2 rather than a level 3.
Okay, nice. Sounds good.
And then I still can't see very well, so I'm gonna. I don't know. I do feel bad about leaving Govis, so I'm not gonna just like scamper off into the darkness and leave him to his fate. I am going to lurk near him.
Okay, Govis turns to you, and as he's standing up behind these 2 skeletons, looking worse for wear, obviously quite injured, raises his sword once again and says, "Yes, comrade Aetherman, you are a very clever Union member man. I like you." And he stumbles forward just as this skeleton is about to raise its broadsword to strike down at you as you're giving this inspiring speech. And whilst he doesn't manage to do any damage to it, the weight of him crumbling forwards on it kind of tumbles the 2 of them to the ground and stops this skeleton from attacking you. Unfortunately, though, the other one moves towards Rallan, who it now sees as a glowing threat. And Rallan, I am going to need a might defense roll from you.
Oh dear. Huh. Okay. So I rolled 15.
Okay, great. So this skeleton kind of stumbles towards you and swings its sword to hit you. And just as the sword comes down to strike you, you're essentially the same kind of mental kinetic energy that you use for your onslaughts just causes this sword to go and just bounce off almost an invisible shield that forms. Yeah, go.
With my Shroud of Flame, anyone who tries to touch or strike me with a melee attack will suffer 2 points of damage.
Immense. Cool. So it's also then taken an additional bit of damage and stumbles backwards a second as it strikes you, and it gets blasted back. Obviously, some of the flames then engulf it slightly, and it stumbles back a little bit. So it is then, Rallan, your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to stare this skeleton in the face, and I will shout, "What do we want? Fair and equal treatment within the dungeon realm, dungeon dwelling and dungeon delving community. When do we want it? Now!" And then reach out with onslaught again.
Okay, give me a
natural 20.
Okay, nice. Wow, you. Can I just say that you and Aranos are continuously stomping on the next part of this plot? But that's absolutely fine. With a natty 20, this skeleton, if you thought 4 skeletons bouncing off the walls was a show of force, this skeleton is just... it goes flying in every single direction. There are ribs clattering off walls, skulls clattering off ceilings, and there are just 2 skeleton feet left on the floor, and bones bounce off the side of this room. And at that point, I will need to offer Ethan GM intrusion. Do you wish to take my GM intrusion?
I mean, I could spend XP to reject it.
You absolutely can do.
Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. XP is for rerolls, right?
Exactly. Yeah, not for resisting interesting plot points that the GM decides to fling in.
Okay. In that case, I will need a level 5 intellect defense roll from you.
From me, okay. I have a skill resisting mental effects. Does this come into play? Okay,
yes,
so it'll be level 4.
Does. Yeah, so 12 or better.
That's a 3.
Okay. You hear inside your mind a voice, and the voice just goes, "Little man, I do wish you would shut up and get out of my crypt now." And it is, whilst I'm not the most terrifying thing you've heard in your life, in a darkened room, when you hear the voice of a very angry, very evil sounding woman who's inside your mind, you do not wish to be inside that crypt anymore. And so you now must attempt to flee.
Okay.
Your next action and every subsequent action, you'll be able to try and resist the urge to continue fleeing, but you will be trying to get out of this crypt as quickly as you possibly can.
Okay. Yep, I will then, with the burning fires of injustice quenched within my heart by this terrifying voice in my head, you just hear a diminutive "oh shit," and then I run. I just run for the door. So I sprint past like the remaining skeleton and Govis, and just like leg it back the way we came.
And we are now back to the top. And Aranos, you are now stood in a room. You've just seen Ethan turn on his tails, white-faced, in the same way that those 4 mercenaries did, and begin sprinting for the door. He is, I guess, at the point of having made it past Govis, who has kind of stumbled on the floor and is crumpled over the top of this skeleton. And Rowland's standing off to the right-hand side, I guess, just brushing bits of skeleton off himself at this point, having made one just get obliterated in front of him. So what would you like to do?
It's my turn, yes. So I'll look after Ethan, just mutter, where the hell's he going? Okay. So if there's one remaining skeleton, not aware of why Ethan's running from the room, I will try and take it down.
Okay. So normally this would be a level 3 speed attack roll, but we're going to say because Govis is crumpled on top of this thing, that's going to hinder your attack slightly, and it's going to be a level 4 speed attack roll that I need from you just because of the difficulty of, wanting to hit the skeleton. And we're going to say not wanting to hit Govis. We're not entirely sure that that's not what you want to do, but, we're going to assume.
Not again. It was much less fun than I thought it would be, honestly.
Okay.
I will spend a point of effort or a level of effort to make this level 3 again.
Okay.
Get a 4. Okay, I miss.
Okay, you miss and thankfully don't fumble, which is good because this arrow, strikes the ground and kind of glances off, narrowly missing Govis and not touching the skeleton, unfortunately. So next up, it would be Ethan's go, but Ethan is being forced to flee. I will give you another chance at an intellect defense roll.
Okay.
Again, it would be a level 5, but I think you said it's now down to level 4, so 12.
12. That's a 6.
Okay,
I keep running.
You keep running, and you keep running straight over the. You don't actually know what it is, but your foot catches something, and you stumble out of the door and kind of tumble to the floor, and you are now splayed out in the corridor just outside this room.
Mm-hmm. As I'm running, I'm whimpering. Unity is our strength. Workers of the world, unite! An injury to one. I've just looked up some union slogans. An injury to one is an injury to all. But it's just not working. My strength has gone as I run away and stand in something squishy.
Okay, yeah. So you trip over something hard as you're leaving the room, and you are now splayed out in the corridor. We're now on to the skeleton and Govis's turn, and Govis is going to try and wrap his arms around this skeleton to try and restrain it. And as he's doing it, he's going to kind of roll and lift this thing up and kind of point it vaguely in Rallan's direction and say, "Comrade, you're clever." So it's Rallan's go. What would you like to do?
I rolled an 11.
Ooh, nice. So your 11 hits. So what's that? What does that look like for your onslaught again?
4 points of damage.
Okay, nice. So we will say then that eventually your mind causes this skeleton to just crumple again, and where Govis was holding on to it, this skeleton just kind of wretches away from him and is once again prone on the floor, and Govis is left just kind of half stood, half knelt behind this thing that's just kind of wrenched itself out and thrown itself against the stone in front of him.
Is it still alive as such?
It is still alive and moving.
If I spend some points from my intellect pool to increase the damage by 3 points, would that resolve the issue?
I am willing to let you retrospectively spend those points, but I will not tell you retrospectively whether or not it will resolve the issue of the skeletons.
So actually it'd be 2 points because I got an edge. Yeah. Okay. So as I'm kind of reaching out and trying to immolate this thing, I just push a little bit further in the hope of doing a bit more damage to it.
Okay. I am going to offer you a GM intrusion.
Obviously.
Okay. So you hear a voice in your mind that says, no, I really don't think so. And you find that what you were expecting to be an even kind of double smash of this skeleton against the floor instead raises this skeleton back up to its feet. And this skeleton is now looking almost fresh as a daisy and is back standing on its feet, broadsword held aloft in front of you, Rallon.
Son of a bitch.
And
I'm going to give my extra XP to Aranos, by the way.
Nice. Okay. Easy peasy. So we're background, and it is Aranos' turn. So again, setting the scene, there is the skeleton kind of in front of you, stood kind of sword raised halfway between Gobis and Rallon, getting ready to attack Rallon. Gobis is stood behind it, kind of somewhere towards the door, and Ethan is the last thing you saw was him just falling to his face as he tried to exit the room, and he's now lying in the corridor.
All right. Working on the assumption that this necromancer is only able to work with bodies that are mostly intact, I'm going to try and aim for the center body, smash as much of it as I can as I shoot it again.
Nice. Okay. Give me a classic speed attack roll. Again, it's going to be a level 3.
That's a 7. That's going to miss.
Okay. So you loose an arrow going for the old rib crushing effect that you normally go for. But as the broad head of the arrow spins round, it just passes straight through the rib cage rather than connecting with it and doing its domino effect on it as it normally does. Ethan, you are prone outside the all you still want to do is try and flee, but you now have another opportunity to make a level 5, knee level 4 intellect defense roll to regain your composure.
Okay. That's a 2, but I'm going to spend an XP.
Okay.
Re-roll it because I keep forgetting I've got them to do a re-roll. There we go. That's a 19.
Nice.
And whilst I've been running away, I found a union slogan generator.
Okay. What slogan suddenly appears in your head that overrides the voice that you've heard?
Okay. Oktoberfest, proudly sponsoring unions. Subscribe.
So I'm shaking as I lie on the floor, and then I almost break, but I go, strength in unity, united in adventure, together we explore, forging bonds, conquering new frontiers, collective courage. And I rise to my feet and turn and face what was terrifying me before. And I pull out my very fancy knife.
Okay, you rise to your feet, you turn, and you see a tall, long, blonde-haired, grey-cloaked, wearing elf female.
I stab her in the knees. I think I've had my turn though. I think me beating that. I don't think I get a go, but I'm planning to stab her in the knees.
If you said I stab her in the balls, I might have given you a free XP for that. But,
damn it!
Equality.
So what did you say, Matt? I didn't hear you. So I thought you said something, Matt.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
All right, so Ethan is now stood outside, facing. He's drawn his dagger and is facing something that neither Rallan and Aranos can see, because this person is just round the side of the archway. And Govis is standing behind a skeleton that looks like it's about to attack Rallan again, and he uses this opportunity to essentially do the same thing all over again. He lunges forward and grabs and restrains this skeleton, so they are grappling once more, and neither of them can really do anything, as he kind of holds this skeleton and goes, "Comrade, but this time, please do not help it."
Well, I rolled a 6. Shall I spend my XP to reroll that, do we think? Let's do that.
I mean, Govis is promptly assuming that none of you guys are actually out to help him. He's not really sure what anybody else is doing at this point.
So I re-rolled with my 1 XP, and that is now 14.
14, nice. Okay, so your onslaught hits this skeleton and causes the skeleton and Govis to stumble backwards from the force of your onslaught attack. Govis manages to not fall backwards to his back, but he does release the skeleton as they both stumble backwards to regain their footing. But the skeleton is looking not too worse for wear, but definitely damaged by the attack.
And as I do my attack, I shout, "Govis, encouraging the skeleton to join our union through hugging is not working. Encourage him with your broadsword."
No, Rallan, I am not hugging him. It looks like a hug, but I am hugging him, Rallan, but it's not for loving reasons.
But yeah, basically trying to encourage him to hit the thing instead of cuddling it.
Yeah. I am hugging it, but it's not loving hugging. Angry hugging. And we're back up to the top of the order again. So Aranos.
Cool. Seeing that Ethan is drawing a knife on someone, figuring he's probably in trouble, I'm going to try and make my way towards the door and take a shot at the skeleton as I go. Try and bring this thing down again.
Okay, nice. So I will say you can essentially, you've got kind of Govis and the skeleton in between you and the door. Your bow, I want to say, is a short range weapon. So essentially, if you try and close the distance, and you won't be able to also take the shot because you'll just be too close to then be able to use the bow effectively to try and attack this thing. It would be like, you'd be in melee range briefly if you wanted to. So you can either choose to rush straight past them and essentially use your full turn to wind up at the door. Or if you wanted to, you could kind of take a very long, kind of bit of a longer arc around, take the shot, and then on your next turn you can move towards it. Or you can just take a shot. It's up to you.
In that case, I'll take a shot and I'll move next turn.
Okay, nice. So give me the classic level 3 speed attack.
I will spend a point of effort to make this easier. And
Nice.
good thing I did. I got a 6.
Okay, amazing. So yeah, you can see that you kind of you almost start to go for the door, but you pause for a second and just loose an arrow instead, and it catches this thing in just the right way. You don't manage to do the classic sever the spine move, but you do catch both of its rib cages with this one broadsided arrow, and it obliterates this skeleton, who then crumples to the ground in front of Govis, who shouts out, "Comrade Union, man, woman!"
Something like that. Let's go have a chat with your boss, though.
Oh, no. My employer. Oh, yes, that's... Oh. They are going to be very upset.
I expect so. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh. There are no bridges that I have seen in this. I have not seen a bridge.
It's another of those vigorous speeches. You'll get the hang of them, trust me.
Get the hang of bridges. I can cross bridges already. There are just none here.
Go to the door.
Okay. Sometimes I think you are a strange man, Aranos, but I like you. You use a bow really well.
Most of the time, yes.
Yes. Yes. Thanks. Okay, so Aranos finishes the skeletons off in true Aranos style by exploding the ribcage. And Ethan, you are now outside the room. You see this skeleton off to your left, out of the corner of your eye, crumple to the ground. Reasonably confident now that it's just the elf standing in front of you. What do you want to do?
I'm a bit torn, to be honest. I'm torn between Ethan actually being his smooth-talking self and actually quite scared and annoyed about the fact that this woman got in his head and made him run.
Okay. She stares down at you, little man.
Okay, well, that's it. That's made my mind up. As she stares down at me, I pull myself up to my full height, 2.5 feet, and I stare up at her. I sheath my knife and I point a finger at her, and I say, "How dare you? How do you think you are? Getting in my head, making me run, sicking many-faced oozes on the world above. You're a monster, you are. A monster who should know what your place is. Your place is being nice. It's being kind. It's not making the world worse, you annoying, tall elf."
And her face goes through 100 emotions as you spew this tirade at her.
I'm going to try and use demeanor of command.
Okay.
To just to throw off. It's kind of like to try and persuade her, but I'm gonna see if I can basically just like unnerve her or just make her a little bit confused so she's off her game. So whatever she does next, it's kind of like it's playing a little bit with the exact wording. But if you're happy to rule it as that, Jason, maybe hinder her next action by just ranting at her and maybe making her a little bit confused by this gnome. Actually, not insulting it all that well, to be honest. But
you have both insulted, praised, and confused her, and so give me I'm afraid it's going to be a level 6.
Okay.
Intellect roll.
Okay.
To try and bamboozle this poor.
I get a free level of effort to reduce it to a 5.
Yep.
Would persuading or public speaking reduce it again? I don't know. That's gonna, because I'm not really persuading her, and I don't know if public speaking would count.
Lies and trickery.
Yeah, I'm not sure we've really tried to persuade her of anything.
No.
We've just kind of ranted at her a little bit.
Are you trying to trick her into believing that you are more important and stuff than you really
I think what I said was just an angry rant. I think if Ethan had maybe been a little bit less scared by her getting in his head, he might have been able to play it a little bit smoother and maybe find a way to try and manipulate her. But he's just ranting.
The public speaking, maybe.
I'm going to make that up to Jason, because it's not really public speaking. Suggests like there's a sense of oratory to it, and this is just
I think had you stood in front of the group of mercenaries and delivered your union speech, that would be public speaking.
Yeah.
That would be you persuading the group that the union was the thing to do. But in this case, I think it's probably more of a, if anything, it's an intimidation, really, because you're kind of just ranting at her and trying to be big. So it's going to be, we'll let you reduce by 1, so it's going to be a level 5.
Spend effort.
That's a good shout.
You can, yeah.
Okay, and we'll spend 2 points of effort.
1 point of effort. 2 points from your pool. 1 level.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant. 2 points from my pool, 1 level. So it takes it down to a 4, so that's a 12.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on. Oh, fuck, that's a 5.
You got any XP left?
I've got 2 XP left, so I'm going to roll one of those.
If you wish to use that XP, I will need a further rant from you.
And not only that, but you have killed people that you employed. We heard them screaming. You have traumatized Govis. He will never be the same man that he was before. You are an appalling employer, and I hope you feel bad.
Can I assist at this point by cheering from the back room? What do we want? Fair and equal treatment across
across the dungeon exploring economy. When do we want it? Now!
You hear Govis go, I will have to look after one of their cats as well now.
Okay, here we go. 13!
Okay. You use success in your intellect bamboozle roll.
I'm just angry ranting to hopefully maybe impede her a little bit next time.
Okay, you do successfully impede Kendrin, the elf necromancer, as she stands in front of you, unsure whether to feel pride from some of the horrible things you've said about her, confused about the fact that you're standing up to her, which people don't generally do from the sight of her. And so from all of that, she's just so bamboozled that she's not going to do anything for the moment. She's just stood there, staring at you, slightly confused. Little man, what are you talking about? And
small in stature, great in heart.
And so Aranos and Ralan, whilst Ethan is distracting Kendrin, what would you like to do?
I'm going to run in.
Run out
of the room and towards Ethan.
They are literally just outside the room. So you can see Ethan. You can't see the person that he's clearly ranting at, or at least you hope he's ranting at somebody, because either he's ranting at somebody or he's completely lost his tiny little gnome mind.
So presuming that's what's happening, I'm going to run out, see what the hell is going on, and would I know that this is Kendrin?
Based on what the villagers have kind of told you, yes, 100%. This is a long blonde-haired, slightly withered-looking elf female. It's basically exactly as they described Kendrin.
So I'll run out, clock this person, this elf in front of me, and I just and to top it all, you're just Ken, and I've got a Cypher, which is the Inferno Rod, and I'm just going to attempt to just thrust it towards them, to touch them with it.
Ooh, okay. In that case, it's going to be, I'm going to say a level 5 speed attack roll, we're going to say, because you're not looking to actually clobber them with your strength. You're looking to touch them. So we're going to say that's more of a kind of speedy agility thing.
Okay. I am definitely going to spend some effort on that.
Okay.
So I can bring that down to a 4. Is there anything else I can do? Let me have a look. See. I don't think there probably is with my skills. No. Okay. Well, bugger me. That's 19.
Okay, nice.
So
because you are essentially just trying to touch her with a Cypher, we're going to say that's not strictly speaking an attack roll, so you just get to do the Cypher thing. I think if you'd natty 20'd that, we'd probably give you a major effect at the back end of it, but this is just going to be a successful Cypher hit for whatever your crazy
I double-checked, by the way. Major effects and minor effects, it's extra damage or the effect on the 19 and 20. I had to double check that because I couldn't quite remember. But yeah, no problem. So the Inferno Rod, level 9, touched targets takes 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. You reach out with this rod and she just stood there so taken aback and I don't want to say captivated by the tiny angry gnome in front of her that she barely has time to react. And
tiny, angry, attractive gnome.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. She hasn't listened to a word you're saying. She's just somewhat infatuated by the look of you, from your practical boots through to your messy and yet somewhat alluring hair. She's just like, I've never found a gnome attractive before, but maybe.
We're all attracted to Ethan. Just
my
out of
burden
interest,
in life.
I have a collective question for the group. I'm just curious about this. Does this union actually exist?
No, but I think Ethan is now determined that he is going to go and start this union. I think it wasn't. This was all bullshit, but now he's bought into
What I
it.
thought.
He is totally bought
you
into
will
it.
break Govis's heart if it turns out to be a lie.
And that is a significant part of this. It was the comrade help that has changed Ethan's mind here.
Yeah.
When Govis went down, it's absolutely changed him.
So
I don't know what anyone else.
Go on, sorry.
I don't know if anyone else. No, I don't know if anyone else had a different idea. Did anyone else think it actually was real, or if it was all bullshit? Okay,
completely bullshit. What I would love to do though is I'd love to shout out to those of you watching. Let us know in the comments below what this union should be called. I'd love to
100%.
to get your ideas on what the union should be called. Let us know in the comments. If you're having fun, like and subscribe. Come to Oktoberfest and all that sort of stuff.
Comrades, please offer us your likes and your subscribes, comrades.
Yes, comrades. Join us for mirth and merriment in solidarity.
Your likes and subscribes will become everyone's likes and subscribes.
Nottingham, UK. October the 4th. Join us.
Go to Oktoberfest. It's going to be great.
Yes. So I thrust this Inferno Rod and Immolation. I'll shut up now.
Yeah, so you, Aranos, I'm assuming you're going to also move towards the door?
Yeah, now the way's clear. Going to make a beeline for the door.
Okay, nice. So you arrive at the door, slightly behind Rallan, who was ahead of you anyway, to see him kind of reach out and essentially touch the end of this weird-looking rod against her, and she erupts in flames and stumbles back briefly. There's a kind of, again, much like the scroll that you saw, there's a flash of shadow, if that makes sense, and some of the flame is kind of pushed back as she stumbles back and recovers herself. But she's looking scorched and now quite angry and not at all captivated by Ethan anymore.
Well, it doesn't seem like the right time to let her recover herself, so I'm going to try and shoot her while she's trying to do that.
Okay. I will need a level 5 speed attack roll from you.
definitely put a point of effort into this then.
Okay.
10. That's a miss.
Okay. So you notch and loose off an arrow, and it doesn't miss, but essentially it hits what seems to be an invisible field in front of her, in the same way that, previously you saw Rallan use the power of his mind to protect himself from the glancing blow of that broadsword. This arrow just boonk, flicks off to the side, and there's another flash of shadow that darkens the room around Kendrin. And you might have got a better shot, because the thing that happens just as you loose this arrow is Govis comes stumbling past you towards Kendrin and goes, "Oi, you owe the Union some more money!" And he goes to just throw himself at Kendrin the elf, who deftly steps to the side and, just as Govis stumbles forward, places a hand on top of him, and you see the arm holding his broadsword just slump, and he drops the sword as he stumbles forwards past Kendrin. And we're back up to Ethan's turn.
I mean, there's absolutely no point in me trying to stab her.
She has no balls.
Yeah, the natural target of the gnome.
The eyeballs are too high to reach, and she has no low-down balls to stab, so what can you do?
I'm thinking.
You are.
I'm not sure. I'm right in front of her. Rallan's there. Aranos is just coming around and has taken a shot.
You are stood also in front of the entrance to the last crypt that's behind you. And you'll remember there were 3 crypts along that wall. The first one was empty. The second one did have a cipher in.
That's
so
true.
There is a crypt behind you. And her attention is now drawn away, and she's getting ready to attack the group. So you also have another option there if you would like to.
Okay. All right. Okay. While she's distracted, then I will run into that other crypt, and have a look around to see if there's anything of use that might be able to be applied to her in some kind of damaging capacity. So I'm going to, while she's distracted because basically she's been set on for fire, an arrow's been shot at her, and Govis has just tripped over her. I'm going to dart.
Her attention is strongly elsewhere.
Yeah, I will dart. I will dart into that back crypt and that third crypt, and just scan around, see if there's anything in there of use.
Okay, give me a D6 roll.
2.
So, as you... don't know how this is going to be useful to you, sorry. As you run into the room, your eyes immediately go to the place where you saw the last cipher, which was essentially, you have a row of... or a set of places where the bodies were in front of you, and each one of those looks like just a little alcove, but the middle alcove has a small little shelf that protrudes out in front of it, and that's where the scroll that you saw in the last place was. And you see a potion just sat on that shelf. And you're not going to be able to do anything this turn. But your next turn, you can optionally choose to do something with that potion, should you wish.
Well, considering, as we established yesterday, I have an inability in lore, knowledge, or understanding, I'm not going to be figuring out what it is. So we'll see what happens next turn. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Thank you. I've grabbed this potion.
Okay. No worries. So we'll go back around, and it's going to be Rowland's turn next, I believe. We've kind of flicked the order a little bit because Rowland chased out of the room first. So yeah, you're up, Rowland. What would you like to do? What would you like to do in this situation? You have just seen Ethan seemingly do a repeat of what he did previously, turn on his heels and run.
Is that the room that I found the scroll in and had left the scroll behind?
No, that was
No,
so there were
different
3 crypts.
Hmm.
This is essentially the third one, and it was the second one that you found the scroll in.
I think I'll shout out, no, the scroll in the second one. As I walk backwards, trying to walk back into the room and try and project an onslaught forward as well.
So, wait, which room are you trying to walk backwards into?
The room with the cauldron.
Okay, back into the ritual chamber.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, so you want to essentially kind of onslaught and duck back into this room, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you are essentially trying to use the power of your mind against quite a strong necromancer.
Yep.
So that's going to be a level 6 intellect.
Yep. I'm going to
roll.
spend points from my intellect pool again.
Okay.
That was a fail. So I rolled 10.
Okay.
I don't have any XP, so I cannot do anything about that. But nonetheless, keeping the focus on me. I think what I will do, though, 1, 2, 3. No, I won't. Never mind. I was thinking about using a Cypher, but not worth it at this point in time. So that's what I did.
Okay, so you kind of go to duck back into the room, project the force of your mind, but in the same way that, you know, when you tried to attack the skeleton and you just couldn't quite land the shot, the stone wall has a big carved, grotesque skull just off to the side of Kendrin. And the head of this skull just explodes and showers the corridor in dust and stone. You are now kind of out of sight of Kendrin, kind of in the essentially in the doorway to this ritual room. And Aranos is kind of stood in the corridor in front of you. And Aranos, you're up next. What would you like to do?
I'm liking Vralin's plan of keeping her on us while Ethan goes after that other Cypher. So I'm going to do likewise, shoot at her while backing away into the room.
Okay. Nice. So it's going to be your classic let loose an arrow. So it's going to be a level 5 speed attack for you.
Great. That's a 6. That's going to miss. No.
Okay. Yeah. Again, the room is just suddenly filled with stone fragments and dust, and it's difficult to see as you let loose this arrow, and you just hear the clatter of it hitting some stone as you again follow Rowland back into the ritual chamber through the door, and you're both now just on the other side of the corridor. Unfortunately, you have left Govis lying prone on the ground behind Kendrin, and you just, Ethan, in the distance, you just hear, "Comrade, please help Govis, please come." And suddenly it goes quiet. And we are back to Ethan.
Well, I was going to run and get that scroll, but now Govis has been shouting for help.
Govis's shouts were even suddenly cut short, unfortunately, as well.
Okay, I'm going to run out into the corridor. I'm going to look at Kendrin and I'm going to say, right, you've asked for it.
You run back out into the corridor and you cannot see Kendrin. But you do see Govis. And he is stood there. And he looks quite bad. He looks worse for wear. But he turns to you and just says, "Comrade."
Can I make any kind of insight check or roll to see if he's possessed or if he is somehow now evil? Because I don't trust a suddenly vanishing necromantic elf.
I mean, your vast levels of lore and knowledge lead you to absolutely no conclusion whatsoever.
I am, however, good at assessing danger, lies, importance, and power. I have a skill in that. I'm trained in that.
Okay. It seems as off as you would think it seems. You heard Govis calling for help and then silence. And by the time you'd stepped back out of the crypt down the short little corridor that leads towards it, you just see Govis stood there, his limp arm by his side, sword on the floor behind him.
Okay,
looking very worse for wear.
Okay, I'm going to look Govis squarely in the eyes and I'm going to say, right, get out of his head, workers, comrades, strength of will, unity of purpose, we'll drive her out. And I chug the potion.
Okay.
Whatever it is, I'm drinking it. It's got to be good.
So,
congratulations, you can now speak French.
When I said I was sorry, I am sorry. You chug this potion, and as you chug this potion, you feel yourself as you are giving this speech. You feel overwhelmed by the gravity of what you're saying. All of this union talk, all of this comrade speak. You're like you almost start to believe the complete bullshit that you have been feeding Govis, knowing full well this union doesn't exist, because you feel yourself rising to Govid's level. You feel yourself growing taller, and you find yourself on the same level as Govis, eye to eye. And he just says, Comrade, I am sorry. And begins to stumble towards you as you look down and find yourself floating in space because you have just drunk a potion of levitation.
Nice. Okay. Let me cross the potion of levitation off. I didn't even know what it was. Okay. I will float there, and as he comes forward, I will say, I will put my hands on my hips and say, the powers of collective action makes me rise beyond mere mortal physical limitations. See what the power of collective action can do. And then, I'll see what I do next turn.
Okay. Right. Rallan, you're up. And you just, having retreated back into the room and kind of taken up a bit of a defensive position, you now see an Ethan float forwards and upwards out of the corridor on the right-hand side to the crypt, and a Govis lumber towards him, reaching down for a dagger on his belt.
Down with the hypocrisy! And I'm going to either a GM's choice, either fire my onslaught attack at or otherwise run over to and knock over the big cauldron. So effectively, like rioting and
I cannot make this decision for you. You must tell me which you wish to do. Both will have consequences.
Okay, I don't have an idea of how easy it will be to knock the cauldron over. Like, how big is big?
It is an almost empty cauldron. It is going to be kind of large, made of metal, but yeah, if you ran at it and kind of pushed against the top, given that it's empty, you would be able to knock it over.
But I think if I onslaught it, I could destroy it. So I'm going to try that.
You're going to try and onslaught the cauldron?
Yes.
Okay.
That?
Yeah,
in a hope of melting it down and basically just rendering it useless.
You do you, yes. No, let's go for it.
Yeah, basically trashing this creature's literal creature comforts. Okay, that was a 12. But I don't know what level the cauldron is as an inanimate object.
Amazingly, neither do I. It's not one of the things that I'd considered as to what level cauldron it is. But we're going to say a 12. That would be a level 4 cauldron that you had attacked. And sure, this seems like a level 4 cauldron. So, using the power of your mind, you have two choices. You can either make this cauldron essentially explode, sending bits of cauldron and whatever was inside it around the room, or you can do the classic crush the damn thing down into a tiny little ball.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to kind of effectively have it melt so that it kind of comes in on itself and almost like a cannonball encapsulates everything that's inside it. So entombing whatever that kind of ooze is as best I can.
Okay. Right. You witness this. You focus your energy on this cauldron, and Aranos, over your shoulder, you just see this thing suddenly just go, and a small amount of the goo kind of squirts out of it, and then it's just it is a cannonball shaped object that then drops with a very loud clonk to the stone beneath it and rolls off towards you guys.
Can we say projectile weapon?
It's going to be an interesting projectile weapon, yeah. We're going to be shot putting. And you're up, Aranos. What would you like to do?
Okay. Right. Since Ethan seems to be distracting Govis, I'm not too sure why, but there seems to be a union dispute happening. I will attempt to go for the scroll cipher, since the elf seems to have disappeared for now, and see if I can use that on him.
Ooh, okay, fair enough. So you want to run into the second crypt, essentially?
Yeah, try and keep out of his line of sight while he's attacking Ethan, who is floating. I didn't know he could do that either. Learn something new. And go for the scroll.
Okay, so you sprint down the corridor. You turn right, and essentially you manage to you run past Govis, who is kind of lumbering towards Ethan, who is floating in the air. You see him pull his dagger as you're doing this, and you turn the corner, and the scroll is still there on the shelf, on the alcove in front of you. So next turn, you will have possession of this scroll, and you'll be able to make it back out into the corridor if you want to. Unfortunately, it is now Govis's turn, and Govis, as he stumbles towards you, reaching for his dagger, Ethan, he just says, I am sorry, comrade man. And he thrusts this dagger towards your center mass. And I'm going to need, on the basis you are floating in midair, a level... You're quite close to a wall, so I'll give you a level 5 speed defense roll.
Okay, I'm going to spend 3 points of my pool to lower that down to a 4, level 4, so that's 12. Come on. 13.
Ooh, nice. So you reach out with your arm and press against, shove the wall to your right-hand side, and classic space movie.
Yep.
You go drifting off just at the last minute, and you just hear Govis go, "Yes, he's man. Run, no, float, is man." As his body turns towards you and he begins lumbering after you with this dagger, almost comically kind of chasing after this floating Ethan, attempting to stab the air where it was a second ago. And we are now weirdly back round to Ethan's turn. So what would you like to do?
Still floating with little control over myself. I'm just kind of like moving over towards the other side of the corridor. And I saw Aranos dash past. I'm going to try and see if I can help Govis fight this mental control.
Okay.
See if I can use my powers of persuasion to, again, maybe give him pause or help him fight the urge to stab me. I don't know, but try and do something to try again, just to try and stop him, because I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to hurt Govis, Comrade Govis. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can, just through the power of my words, just either help him fight it off or just yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Give me a level 5 intellect roll. We're going to say this is a persuasion because you are attempting to persuade Govis to do something else. So yeah, give me a level 5 intellect persuade roll.
So that will then drop it to a 4 with my training and persuasion.
With your training, yeah, we'll go down to a 4. Okay. You're welcome to, spend any effort if you want to, that kind of stuff.
I'm getting a little low on points, so we'll just give it a 4. Oh no, that's a 5. It does not work. Oh no, I've got an XP left.
Okay.
No, I'm going to save it because something really bad will happen. I'm going to do it. I'll spend
it. Please, man.
No, that's a 7. So both failed.
Okay, so unfortunately, as much as you try and persuade Govis otherwise, he continues both lumbering towards you and attempting to attack you.
Govis, stay strong! Fight the oppressive control!
At you, his face pleading and apologetic, and his voice just going, "Please, eighth man, help!"
Yeah, but I fail to help Govis. Crushing.
Everyone just wants Govis to be hurt. Basically, this is what we're learning from this. Nobody really cares. Rallan, you are. What do you wish to do?
I would like to try and pick up the cauldron.
Okay.
Which is now a spherical object. I'm imagining about yay big.
Yes.
I'm going to leave this room, which we're in, having kind of overheard what's happening.
Yeah, okay.
And if possible, because I think it would be funny, having seen Govis kind of gesturing towards my compatriot with a bladed object, I'm going to try and go Govis bowling.
Okay. I will essentially let you use your onslaught ability to project the now small ball of metal in any direction that you wish as an attack roll.
Thank you very much. I will spend some intellect points to boost that, and then I will use the Cypher afterwards.
Okay, so it's going to be a level 3 attack roll against Govis. And we will even say that because Govis is now so slow and lumbering that it is it's a level 2.
Okay, I rolled an 11.
Okay, nice. You use the power of your mind to essentially, you kind of heft this ball up, almost toss it in front of you, seemingly doing nothing, and then this ball just shoots off towards Govis and catches
Rolling
him
along the floor, hopefully.
square in the chest, because it is an attack roll after all, and he goes stumbling backwards and falls to the floor, drops the dagger, and he doesn't seem to be moving anymore.
As the dagger falls to the floor, it sounds suspiciously like a bowling pins.
As you do this, and
Strike action! I just thought of that, sorry. Literally, that just came to my mind.
Nice. That was beautiful.
I'd love to say that I planned that, but genuinely not.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so Govis is now lying prone on the ground. He doesn't seem to be moving. And you just hear from down the corridor, once again, the sound of this elf woman go, must I do everything myself? And Aranos, it is your go. The voice came from further down the corridor with the 3 rooms on the left, the 3 rooms on the right, the one that you found the bronze chest in. You've got Govis lying on the ground. You know, you're not sure whether he's dead, unconscious, knocked out, whatever. But he's lying on the ground, not moving at the moment. Ethan is just floating through the air. Good times. Good times. And Rallum stood in the doorway.
So grab the scroll and leave the room. Say, right, well, I've got the scroll and she seems to have gone that way. Follow her and finish her off.
Okay.
Ethan,
yeah, as I rotate in the air, as I bounce off the wall. Yeah, you get Aranos.
Do you need a hand there?
Yeah. Just tag my feet and pull me along behind you.
All right then. I will do that. I will do the rope around his foot and pull it behind me like a gnome sheep balloon.
So much like a gnome helium balloon, you pull Ethan behind you along this dark corridor to him, perfectly light corridor to you. You're not really sure what the problem is. And as you reach the first room on the left, you see Kendrin stood in front of this sarcophagus, having wrenched the lid off and obviously now attempting to do something with the corpse contained within it. We are going to say, Ethan, you have an opportunity next to take an action. Kendrin has her back turned.
I'm going to throw a knife at her. I'm just going to hurl a dagger at her back.
Okay, I like it.
I'm going
when
to
there
pull
are
out
no balls to stab.
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my spare dagger, not my fancy dagger, my spare dagger, chuck it up into the air, catch it by the blade, and chuck it at her.
Okay. We are going to say that her defense is hindered because she has her back to you. So
Excellent.
that will be a level 4 speed attack.
Okay. 15!
Nice.
2 points of damage.
This group just loves having things in people's backs because there is now a dagger embedded into the back of Kendrin, who kind of stumbles and slumps forwards ever so slightly and rights herself with a sharp groan as she begins to turn towards the two of you as you're stood there. And Rallan, what would you like to do as you see the two of them sprint off, and then Ethan ninja throw his dagger off into a room on the left?
I'm going to jog behind them whilst swigging one of my ciphers, which is a potion of meditation, restoring 7 points to my intellect pool.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so you arrive zen and calm at the scene of the ongoing battle. And we'll flick through to Aranos and say you have an opportunity to do something before Kendrin finishes turning around and takes her next action.
Go on, Fogger.
Yeah. Are we going to go for an arrow to the chest, Aranos? Or are you just going to kind of gently
Use the
throw
scroll.
Ethan into the room?
Yeah, I think if she's blinded by fear, then she probably can't raise this corpse to fight us as well. So I'm going to activate the scroll on her.
Ooh, okay. Let me just remind myself what the scroll of fear does. Okay, so you open up this scroll and you begin reading. And it's pretty clear the moment you start reading it that the scroll was all looks and no go, because she looks more confused than anything else. Nothing happens.
Right.
And you quickly stop reading the scroll. And for a little bit of metagaming information, that's because unfortunately the scroll was only a level 3 scroll of fear. So it would have worked quite successfully on Govis. He would have been very scared by your very convincing words. But Kendrin, the level 5 necromancer, if anything, thinks she's probably heard that one as a nursery rhyme when she was growing up.
In fact, it's got her little signature at the bottom.
Yeah.
Kendrin, aged 7.
Yeah.
And a half.
Well, she's an elf, so it's age 75, which was just when she was leaving nursery.
And a half.
Yeah.
3/4.
Kendrin, 75 and 3/4. Unfortunately, though, that does mean that you have drawn her attention, and so I am going to need a level 5 intellect defense roll from you.
All right. I have some points in my pool. 7 left. I will spend effort to make this level 4 then.
Okay.
Probably not something I want in my mind about. There we go. An 8. So that's a fail.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you start reading this scroll and she looks at you with a withering gaze, you suddenly find your mind just engulfed by the contents of this scroll. And it's almost like a piercing cacophony of words as every single word from the scroll suddenly cries out in your head at the same time. And I'm going to need you to take 5 points of damage.
Okay. Is that intellect damage?
So no, we're going to say this is just on the basis damages just starts at might and then works its way through. We're just going to say you take 5 points of might damage for this.
All right.
So we're then back round again. And, where are we at? Ethan, you'll go next? Kind of jumbled around with the order so much.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Am I still? How long does the levitation last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
You're still floaty boy.
Excellent. I'm going.
If you would like to try and make yourself sick, I will let you immediately end the levitation.
Man, the thought of being sick all over Aranos as I float above him is both glorious and disgusting.
Surely that would be a speed attack.
I'm going to grab the rope, pull myself down towards Aranos, and say, my mind's gone blank for some kind of union phrase.
Use the union phrase generator.
Yeah, I closed it when my laptop went down, all in a bit pear shaped. I'm going to say, stronger together, and I'm going to slap some healing back into you.
The classic encouraging Ethan slap.
Yep. So I need to make. I think I've healed Aranos before. So it means it's a level 3 intellect roll, not a level 2 intellect roll.
Okay.
But I got a 13, so that's good. So, only 3, but heal 3 points of might.
Okay.
Great.
In case she fucks you up again.
So, Ethan obviously sees you just looking absolutely stunned as you're trying to read this, and just slaps you round the back of the head.
Sort yourself out, Aranos! Smack!
Yeah.
Ow. Okay, it's fine.
And the voices in your head stop immediately, and you manage to recover yourself. So we're going to flick back round now. Rallan, what do you wish to do?
I'm thinking. So obviously I'm going to come into the room and also do another onslaught or I think another kind of fire, another fire attack.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to shout, "No possession in the union against our fellow union workers. Penalty, immolation." And then,
sorry, but this is grounds for immediate immolation.
Exactly. Right, I'm just going to obviously spend some more points from my pool in an attempt to do this slightly effectively, but I only rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, her mind is just a little bit too powerful. You come round, and with a floating Ethan and an Aranos in the way, and it's just
It's like
Ethan is slapping Aranos around the back of the head. He's just like, what the hell is going on in this place?
It's like I've just read these lines from my union phrase book, and I'm kind of reading them out in my mind.
The union that we've previously established doesn't exist.
Does now. I've been writing the book.
In the course of the past 5 minutes, you've all managed to convince each other that it definitely does exist. 100%.
It will now be a thing. If we ever actually do a Cypher System fantasy campaign.
The union exists.
The union's now a real thing.
It is.
Yeah.
We just need a name. Let us know in the comments.
Please do. Okay, so Kendrin, seeing the confusion in front of her, turns back to this body that she was fiddling with inside the sarcophagus, and again focuses all her energy on this body in the sarcophagus. Aranos, it is now your turn. I will say if she manages to finish doing what she's doing, it's probably not going to be a great thing for the group.
All right. Fancy scroll aside then. I'm just going to shoot her. That seems like the most straightforward solution to this.
Okay. She once again has her back turned to you. So this will ease it from a 5 to a 4. So it'll be a level 4 speed attack roll.
Great. I'll spend another level of effort to make that level 3. Hopefully get...
Nice.
And I got 3. Okay. No, then. I don't have any XP, so I don't think I'll be able to do anything else.
Okay. So you loose an arrow into the room, and just like last time, seemingly she is so all in, focused on this that she's managed to protect herself, and the arrow just glances off her back. Ethan, what would you like to do?
Seeing... okay. All right, I'm going to say, Aranos, push me towards her. And as he pushes me towards her, I'm going to try and make myself sick and vomit over Kendrin.
Okay. I will. How do you plan trying to make yourself sick? I guess.
Fingers down the throat. I'm going to. I'm absolutely. Yeah. I'm. As he moves towards me, I'm heading myself up there. Again, with no real intention of causing any damage, just general disgust and stopping her from doing whatever it is that she's trying to do.
Okay, I will need a roll from you, and whatever your current might is, you need to be able to beat your might to make yourself throw up.
Okay. My current might is 10, so it's 50-50. $11.
You sail towards her, thrusting fingers and hands down your throat, and erupt over the top of her and this corpse, and then very ungracefully, fall on the floor just past the other side of the sarcophagus as the motion carries you forward over the top of her.
I'm just too short. I try and lash out with my feet to kick her in the head as I go down, but
it doesn't work. But as the vomit and sick covers her, you see her start to levitate. You see her begin to lose a little bit of control as her feet start to go up into the air, and the corpse starts to rise up into the air, and she's now kind of struggling to hold her focus and hold on to this corpse. And essentially you've bought yourself one more round of her doing whatever she is doing to this corpse that she's pulled out of this sarcophagus. So, Rallan, it's going to be your turn. Her mind is very powerful. I think we've established this.
Yeah.
So you doing mind-based attacks is always going to be quite difficult. But she does have a dagger halfway embedded in her back. There are kind of bits of stone fragment around the room. There are, other implements and stuff in the corridor. There's the big ass rock that you hurled at poor Goba, the big ass piece of metal that you hurled at poor Gobus a bit further down the hallway.
I think I'm inclined to try and interrupt what she's doing.
Okay.
So I'm going to chant, "Non-consensual possession is theft. Let them rest." And try and immolate the corpse.
Ooh, okay. So, the corpse is potentially very powerful, but it is shrouded in cloth, which would reduce it, and it is also a corpse. it only has the potential to be very powerful. So that reduces it even further. So that would be a level 4 attack at this point, which you are also welcome to spend effort on and that kind of stuff. It's going to be intellect roll though, because you are trying to set it on fire. Is that a natty 20?
I'm really surprised. I don't think I've ever rolled this many natural 20s, like, in any session before, ever. There's a reason why normally I say I hope your dice rolls are better than mine.
You roll natty 20s when you need them.
I mean, I would move the camera to show it.
Kendrin and this corpse are kind of floating up into the air, and you can see she is almost wrapped around it in the amount of focus that she is putting in and the amount of energy that she is forcing into this corpse. And then all of a sudden, she is holding flames, and they are just so bright. This kind of cloth has just gone up like touch paper, like that crypt that you set fire to. The entire place just lights up the brightness of a sun. And one moment she is there holding this corpse, and the next moment there is just a spinning, tumbling, charred husk floating next to nothing but ashes in the air. And that is the end of Kendrin, the elf.
Damn.
You find yourself, Rallan and Aranos, stood in the entrance to this room, and it almost begins to snow ash in there from all of the fire and destruction that Rallan has just wrought on this place. And Ethan, you are lying in the back of the room, getting covered, unfortunately.
I, if possible, kind of scramble to my feet and leg it out of the room, covered in ash, shouting, "I'm coming, comrade!" And I run over to Govis, and hopefully I can slap some healing into him.
Well, on your way past, I throw a potion at you.
All right, cool.
I
catch the potion.
Healing. 4
Nice.
points.
Ooh, okay. So you rush up to Govis, who is lying unconscious on his back. He's not saying anything. What would you like to use the potion on him? Would you like to try and use some healing on him? What's your gut instinct action?
I'm going to use Healing Touch, because trying to pour liquid down an unconscious person's throat generally doesn't go well.
It's not consent.
Yep.
Exactly. So I'm going to try and use Healing Touch. Hang on, which will, because I've already healed him once, it's a level 3 intellect roll, which I make. It's a 17. Only 1 point of healing. And if that's enough to bring him to consciousness, or at least moving slightly, I'm going to gently feed him the healing potion. If that does not bring him up to healing, then I'm going to, I don't know, can I try and use Healing Touch again?
Give me a D20 intellect roll.
Okay. 3.
Okay. You kind of feel Govis move a little bit, and as you attempt to slap some life back into him, as your nature is, he reaches up to you and says, comrade Ethan, man, thank you for letting me join your union.
You are one of us, Govis, you are one of the powerful masses who just need collective action and support of their comrades and brethren to rise up and achieve greatness and get what is rightfully theirs.
And he says, yes, comrade Ace Man, you are a very wise man and you have taught Govis a lot. Govis is very happy to have met you, even if you have not made him rich. But I hope you can persuade the people that my employer was talking to join the union as well, because they are coming. And he slumps dead. And that's where we will end. Bum, bum, bum. You have successfully slain Kendrin the Necromancer. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a bunch of fun. Thank you. So, first of all, my apologies that I, for one, completely bastardized my character and they ended up being nothing like what was written on the character sheet. So anyone who's read the character sheets,
similar here.
Okay. Please, Lord, do not read the Creeping Ooze fantasy adventure that we were meant to be doing, because if you can tell that that's the thing we were meant to be doing, then you're a better person than I am.
So wait, are you telling me that there was no union action?
So I will say, in like the reverse of one of those TV dramas, the names of the characters have been kept the same, but all actions in this program are completely different to real life.
Okay.
Well, are you saying that actions have been what's what I'm looking for? Actions and events have been edited or dramatized.
Yes, this is a dramatic reenactment of the Creeping Ooze scenario.
This is not the fantasy scenario in the Cypher Starter System. It's just a tribute.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Couldn't remember.
So specifically, it says in big letters, the PCs don't have enough money or treasure to convince the serpents to assist them, provide useful information, or turn against Kendrin. Yeah, but I'm not sure they've met Ethan, really.
I mean, the power of the union is mighty. I mean, it's
exactly.
It's what a fantasy genre has been missing. Apart from Discworld.
But I think that goes to say, I mean, the reality is, as a GM, you kind of have to sometimes go where the party is taking it and rule of cool. So I think it's really important to feel empowered as a member of the union to take the story wherever the story is going to go in order to have fun at the table.
That's it, right? Like, the starter sets are basically there to teach you how to play the game, and you don't have to follow them. I mean, they're good. They're perfectly great introductions, but they're also pretty light, and they're light by design because you're meant to roll through them pretty quickly and have some fun as you do it.
Yeah.
One of the advantages I found of the Cypher system from a GM point of view is it's very adaptable, because everything is just a level at the end of the day. So enemies can do whatever you need them to do for the scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And like Ethan's "please can I revive Govis" thing, well, yeah, sure, we can give that a go. Why not? There's no rule about it, but we'll slap a level on it and go for it.
Yeah. Of course, we didn't know if Govis was dead or dying or, just felt a bit limp. So,
I mean,
you don't know till you get there.
For a brief moment, neither did I either.
Yeah. Peering behind the curtain of running games. Right.
Exactly.
That was the fantasy. That was the fantasy adventure formerly known as the Creeping Ooze. Feel free to give it a different name now.
It's the Creeping Union.
The Creeping Union. That was great fun. Thank you, GM Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you guys. Yeah, really good fun.
Thank you, Matt.
Really
thank
good
you,
fun.
Stuart. Any parting thoughts on learning that adventure as it was written, at least? We'll do a bit of a deeper dive on the starter set at some point. But yeah, as a GM, how did you find that?
Yeah, really good. I mean, it's like Matt said, right? Like the Cypher system as a GM is just so easy to run, provided you're willing to be flexible and just go with rule of cool and follow the players and just use the starter as a bit of a starter rather than a guide for the entire campaign. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Exactly. Always great having good players.
Thank you so much. So hope you enjoyed it at home. Whether you did or not, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you thought. Let us know the name of this union and whether this union should follow us on other adventures. We'll be back at some point with the next one. I expect we'll be doing the sci-fi scenario, which I've totally forgotten the name of, and I don't have it in front of me right now. But I will do in a second.
We will be doing the
Zambit Station.
Zambit Station, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll schedule that in. If you'd like to join us for that, then join the Discord because the call for players will be going out soon enough. We may well have exactly the same players, or we may not. It really depends on scheduling, and that's always fun.
The dreaded word.
Always fun. Until next time, thank you so much, everyone. Come and talk to us about Oktoberfest, which is happening beginning of October. And if you've missed it for 2025, never fear. We'll have one in 2026 and beyond because it is a repeat event. Until next time, thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
Thanks, comrades.
And until next time, I hope your dice rolls are as incredible as mine were this time round. Take care, everyone. And like, subscribe, join the Patreon, all that sort of stuff. Bye.